Sports Network, the statewide leader in local sports coverage. Coming up, Aaron West and Chris Shank bring you coverage of Buhler Crusader football on 95.9 HKFM. Crusader football is streaming online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Tonight's kickoff is just 30 minutes away. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson, Kansas. We take pride in supporting our community and our student athletes. Hi, I'm the General Manager, Don Glassman. We want to wish our area teams a fun and memorable season. A great person once said, victory is in the quality of competition and not the final score. Visit online AlanSamuelsHutch.com and follow us on Facebook for weekly giveaways and special events. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, a pleasant good evening, everybody, and welcome into Week 2 coverage of Crusader football. It's our opening road game of the 2024 season. The 1-0 Crusaders, the 0-1 Augusta Orioles on a fantastic Friday night here in September from Hillier Stadium in Augusta. Welcome inside our Midway Motors drive to the game. Aaron West with Matt Atherton. You don't look like Chris Shank, but
I feel honored to be here with you tonight.
You'll do on a bench, my friend.
Absolutely. I mean, they called in the B team, right? This is why you have a JV team.
Hey, next man up.
I'm telling you.
When it's your time
just
to shine.
Just how it is. That's right.
When it's your time to shine. Well, a fantastic opening week, week 1. The home win over Mulvane, 28-7. Took everybody about a quarter or so to get going, which you kind of expect. Especially for those offenses. But, man, once that running game got going, Ben looked fantastic, and line did great too. So good things out of that running game in week 1.
Tell you what, offensively, it certainly took everybody a little while to get going. Defensively, not the case.
Oh, no.
Those guys on defense, that Black Knight defense was something else in week 1. I know Coach is looking for a little more of that here against Augusta.
60 plays, 312 yards on offense. Crusaders average 5.2 a play. And really spread the ball around. Touchdowns. Ben had one. I think Nick had one. And then some of our younger guys had one in the second half. And then you talked about the defense holding Mulvane to 174 total yards and just 2 yards rushing. Traditionally, for whatever reason, this Coach Cole's 4-3 defense have been very stingy in the run department. I would expect nothing less tonight.
Well, you know, I think they came into last week's game really with the single intention of stopping Fisher Dye. Fisher Dye had scored 5 touchdowns, 4 of them offensive the year before, and they just flummoxed that front 5 for Mulvane all night long. And, you know, Aaron, we talk about it, we joke about it, we laugh about it, but the other teams aren't laughing. Even though Buhler really plays a very small front 4, they are fast. And all their job is to do is to be sound in the gaps and let the linebackers come clean it up. And man, oh man, does Buhler have a solid linebacking core.
Well, led by Will Hainenwright, 13 tackles last week. If you asked me to vote today for the Shrine Bowl defensively, I'm going to write down Will's name and, Cash Carson. Not only is he fun to watch, he's just a fantastic kid.
Well, that and he does a thing from a position really at that 2-tech, that inside what you might call a nose tackle position that when you watch TV on Saturdays and Sundays, well, and now Mondays and Thursdays and every other day of the week, all of those guys are big guys. Cash is not that. If you haven't watched a lot of Buhler football, Cash is not a big guy at all. He is so fast, he understands leverage, and he is just a terror for offensive lines.
It's interesting how the game has migrated, because you look at that front 4, 3 of the 4 weigh 155 pounds or less,
right.
Which is, I mean, at one point in the history of football, that would have been unheard of.
Well, and the other one, Jax, is a sophomore. So I mean you just have small, quick guys up front and young guys, but because they understand leverage and Coach Coles has obviously taught them very well. It's part of the reason I think Coach Coles really looks for guys with wrestling backgrounds to play in that front group, because they understand how to get their hips through. They work that from the time they're little guys. And so it's really just the culmination of years and years and years of work that they put in with the kids on Saturday mornings from the time that they're first and second graders. And it's fun to watch those kids go to work now. They are really something. The interesting thing, too, is they work as a unit very well together. At least they certainly did last week. I expect we'll see more of the same this week.
We had Cash Carson on our coaches show on Monday night just talking about some of the keys, what makes a 150-pound guy going against a 300-pound guy successfully. It's really about low center of gravity, making sure that you're getting down, and it allows him to get off the ball quicker, obviously, and get under or past that big guy before he can ever move.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, I mean, Cash doesn't need a great big crack, right? Just a little space, and he can slide through there, and is so explosive on his get-off. It really is. I've said it a couple times, but Aaron, it bears repeating. It's fun to watch those guys work together and really play, sometimes you'll say a guy, it's a phrase you would use, a guy punches beyond his weight or whatever. That defensive line, they punch way beyond their weight, and they do it by being so quick.
I get that. I've done that most of my life.
I would argue you haven't punched a whole lot, my man.
Still, yeah. I think, look at the other side of the ball, that offensive line. Coach is really enthusiastic about this group, too, led by Bodie Redenbaugh. And, how wonderful it would be if Bodie could have a healthy season. That's something that has plagued him the last couple of years. He's a fantastic big tackle. Tanner Brown at center, but then some young guys mixed in, obviously, with two sophomores in Nixon and John Aldrich in that mix too, and fun to watch those guys and see how they come together.
Yeah, it's obviously it's a work in progress, and you could tell that last week. However, as the game went on and they kind of settled in, you could sense them starting to piece those things together. You got to remember that for guys like Nixon and John, this is the first time that they've seen great big defensive tackles across from them. That said, I expect we'll continue to see them just get more and more comfortable. And how cool for Coach that he has the potential to have a couple guys on his offensive line for 3 years, right?
Absolutely.
Not that we want to look past the next 2 years, but certainly by the time that group is seniors, you would sure expect those guys to just be road graders up front.
Maybe the one part of the offense a little bit behind the rest, the passing game. Everybody I've talked to, coaches, expect that to come around once Brendan gets settled in. He has worked so hard for this opportunity, and there's a lot that goes into timing and everything in that passing game. And usually over the course of early in the season, that's about the last piece of the puzzle sometimes to come together, but fully expect that to happen.
Aaron, we talked about it a lot during the broadcast last week. Early on, it seemed like every throw was a boundary throw. They were throwing all the way to the sideline right, all the way to the sideline left, and we talked about it during the game. At one point, we said, I'd be very interested to see how differently the ball comes out of his hands somewhere in the middle of the field. And then it wasn't, 2 or 3 or 4 plays later, they threw that deep post pass to Cash, and it was a perfectly thrown ball. Sometimes I just think it's easier. You got to realize that when Brendan is throwing to his right, he's throwing over Bodie. That's not an easy thing. I mean, that's a big right tackle. Both of those tackles are big. There's stuff coming from those directions in the middle, maybe the spot to attack. And I realize coaches get awfully nervous about that because there's more defenders in the middle. But it wouldn't surprise me to see them use that a little bit, maybe the tight end seam route a little bit, throw some drags, kind of get some movement going around in front of Brendan, make his reads a little more in front of him rather than having to look out to the side. Remember, if you're throwing out to the right side, you are turning your body completely away from the defensive end on the other side. It's hard to do that. It's hard to convince yourself you can do that. And so
you really got to trust your offensive line.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, it's a work in progress. And so as they're figuring that out, I think that Coach will continue to tinker with with what they're doing just a little bit to find places where Brendan can be successful. You know, we were talking before the game. I feel like it's 130. I think Coach told you 100. If he can get that passing game up somewhere between 100, 130, 150 yards, even maybe on the top end, if you get a couple big home run balls, that just softens up the defense enough that Ben can just start gouging them on the ground.
You get the ball to McDaniel and Paisano, they'll get some of that for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
47th meeting all-time between these two schools here tonight in Augusta. Buhler leads the all-time series 32-14. Won last year's matchup 47-0. And Buhler has won 15 straight in the series. You have to go all the way back to 2006, the last Augusta win. Reminder, stream today's broadcast on your phone with the Astra Radio app, or you can watch us live on Astra Radio TV. Go to adastraradio.com/TV and check out tonight's game.
Just want to be clear for anyone watching. It's not our faces.
No,
it's the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
we will not appear on the camera.
We will not be live.
Yes. Absolutely. It's all powered by Next Tech Wireless, the latest phones and devices at the best prices. More of our Midway Motors Drive to the Game is next here on HKFM.
Of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up. Midway Motors in McPherson, Newton, Hutchinson, and Hillsboro. Next, we'll relive this day in Crusader history. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Donuts to the left of me, kolaches to the right, and here I am, waiting at Daylight Donuts for you. Another new school year is upon us, and when you need that quick bite on the run early in the morning, Daylight Donuts stands ready to fuel up your family and get your day started with a smile. Besides donuts, we offer savory breakfast favorites on the go, like our kolache sausage rolls, breakfast sandwiches, biscuits and gravy. Pair it with a milk, coffee, or juice, and you and your family are ready to take on the day. P.S. If you're late to work, you're required to bring donuts. I'm sorry, that's just the rule. Hutchinson Daylight Donuts, 1435 East 30th and 305 North Main.
Hi, this is Jen Stallman with the Buhler Booster Club. The Booster Club supports all student activities and athletics at Buhler High School. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals. We are excited to be able to accept credit card payments at our concession stands this year. Buhler Booster Club is grateful for the continued support from our generous donors.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders. Astra Radio is a proud Buhler Booster Club member.
The name Johnson Sheet Metal does not sound like a heating and air conditioning company, but Johnson Sheet Metal has been taking care of your comfort needs for over 100 years. Hi, this is Sarah Johnson, and through 4 generations, my family has specialized in the Lennox brand, but we service other makes and models as well. Today, we are still servicing and installing heating and air conditioning systems in Hutchinson and Reno County. Give Johnson Sheet Metal a call today at 620-662-0224.
Each and every day, WIFCO Steel products are trusted to provide access and infrastructure for a wide range of purposes. For more info on what WIFCO can do for you, go to wifcosp.com. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
When disaster strikes your home or business, call your hometown team. Call Phoenix Restoration, Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company. Check us out at phoenixrestorationandroofing.com. We'll help you rise again after your disaster.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And we're back on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Time for our this day. In Crusader history, we take you back to September the 13th of 1996. when the Crusaders played these same Augusta Orioles in Crusader Stadium. Won that night 42-14. Nils Borquist rushed for 274 yards in that game. And that Coach Chuck Porter-led team finished the year at 6-3. 32-14 all-time of the Crusaders against these Augusta Orioles, and that win streak goes all the way back to 2006. They've won 15 in a row, and 15 of 16 under head coach Steve Warner. Augusta's last win came in 2006. Buhler has scored 24 or more points in 16 straight games in the series, including a series-high 57 in 2011. Augusta comes in at 0-1. The Orioles lost on their home field to Open last week, 35-25 against the Chinook Blue Comets. Quarterback Cade Kamak threw for 234 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also had several picks in the game. He had 4 wide receivers that caught 2 or more passes. Very little out of the running game in week 1. Sophomore tailback Jaden Harris, just 11 carries, 18 yards. They only rushed the ball between their 2 backs, Harris and Coles, 16 times, and that's a tough game plan to win a football game, especially at the high school level. You might get away with that in the NFL, but at the high school level, you've got to be a little more balanced than that to really be successful, don't you?
Yeah, typically, unless you've got a guy that can really just stand back there and sling it. I had a chance to talk with Coach Ruda. I was actually driving the bus for the JV guys on Monday night, so I got a chance to pick his brain a little bit. So, of course, 4 touchdowns, but also 5 interceptions. And so this is a team, I think, it's hard to know, right, after 1 week. 1 week does not a trend make typically. That said, I think they are expecting Augusta to try to stand back there and spread the ball around the field. Aaron, we were talking on our way down here. Sometimes it's a little difficult because the last couple of years, kind of the part of the defense that has been the slowest to develop has been that secondary. Secondary is going to have to develop real quick tonight because I think Augusta is going to stand back in the pocket and sling it around the field.
Our game plan tonight brought to you by Erickson Custom Building for new construction and remodeling. Online at Erickson Custom BLDG.com. So for the Crusaders, I think a couple of thoughts there. Defensively, how do they handle that passing attack? We saw Mulvane completely abandon the run in the second half last week. You got to think that Augusta is going to sling it 30, 40-plus times. How does our secondary react to that? And then week 2 for our guys on offense throwing the football, how have they adjusted from week 1?
Yeah, it's really kind of the battle of 2 different schemes, isn't it? I think Augusta wants to throw the ball to open up the run. Buhler wants to run the ball to soften up for the throw. Buhler's always going to be a team like its base offense is just that power eye. They're going to line up in that pro set, and they're going to just start chipping away. For Augusta, the thing for Buhler defensively against that Augusta front is that if Buhler can get pressure on K-Mac with the front 4 and not have to, because they're going to need to be able to drop those linebackers back into coverage, assuming they can do that, I think Buhler ought to be okay. If they can't, if K-Mac can stand back there with time and with a happy pocket and just try to throw it around, it makes his life way easier.
4 sacks last week on Mulvane's quarterback, Mandy Myers, who is one of the more athletic quarterbacks.
Yeah, athletic and elusive too, right?
Does K-Mac have that same ability? We'll find out. Carson had 3 of those sacks, and I'm holding on to the idea the school record for sacks in a season is 13. 3 in 1 week. Now, it's not going to have 3 every week, but I think that record could be broken this year.
Be awfully cool if he did have 3 every week. That would make
it would be fantastic.
Coach Coles will look like the defensive coach of the year, won't he?
Absolutely. Much more to come here on our Midway Motors Drive to the Game. We'll give you tonight's ones to watch. Also, Matt will throw some keys to the game at us. And when we come back, pregame thoughts from head coach Steve Warner. That's next here on HKFM.
Drive to the Game coming up. Stay tuned for tonight's kickoff conditions. And Aaron West sits down for a pregame chat with head coach Steve Warner. Buhler Crusader football on 95.9 HKFM.
Neufeld's Flooring, proud supporter of Buhler High School activities. We're your experts for all your floor covering needs. Please make an appointment to visit us at 110 West 2nd, downtown Buhler, or give us a call at 620-543-2274. Go Crusaders!
Come to Scooter's Coffee from Maple Bourbon Cream Cold Brew. Sweet maple and smoky bourbon flavor our incredible cold brew topped with maple spice cold foam. Scooter's Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scooter's Coffee in Hutchinson, McPherson, and Salina.
Do you own a business? Would you like to bank with a fellow locally owned business? Hi, this is Lucas Sawyer, Executive Vice President with the Prairie Bank of Kansas. At Prairie Bank, we love working with our locally owned businesses. We understand the challenges businesses face because we're local just like you. Stop by and see us at our Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson branches today, or check out prairiebankks.com. Member FDIC, Prairie Bank of Kansas, how banking should be.
And welcome back on our Midway Motors drive to the game. Time for pregame thoughts from head coach Steve Warner. Coach, a solid all-around team win in week one. And, boy, I'm always excited to see. I know that so much practice, but still hard to simulate playing a live game against another team. And seems like this first week or so is when teams make a bunch of improvements.
Well, I think over the years, we definitely have done that. And I know the areas I'm looking for, the offensive line, our passing attack, and a little bit better coverage so we don't have blown assignments for D-backs. And then we make improvements in those three areas, and I think we're going to be in great shape. We obviously have to run the ball, and I think we had 230 last week. Maybe we didn't have that much. It was less than that. But we've got to be in over 200 yards in rushing, and I want to have our passing game at over 100. So we get over 100 and that'd be 300 a game. That'd be good ball possession, keeping it away from people's offense, and I think that would be where we need to be.
Augusta tonight hosted Chanute, put up 25 points in a 35-25 loss. Last Friday, they've got a new coach. Going to throw some different things at you on both sides of the ball. So.
Well, they will. For our offense, we have no idea what they're going to do with our tight ends, and we'll just have to coach on the run and get it fixed as we go. Defensively, yes, we've seen one game on them, but I'm sure they have more things that they didn't even do in that game that they're going to try to attack us with. We just have never seen. So, again, coaching on the run there. But if we just read our keys on defense and it takes us to where we need to be, I like the way our defense is playing, obviously, and that'll keep us around. And then it'll take us maybe a little bit to get it figured out on offense. But our line is big and physical, and that's one thing last week. They got after it. They played hard, made mistakes, but going 100 miles an hour, and that we can live with mistakes if you're going full speed.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll see how they attack you defensively, offensively. You got to figure teams are going to, they're going to know the scouting report that you're really, really good at shutting down the run and try to beat you through the air at some point.
Well, I think so, and especially this team wants to throw a lot, and they threw 60% of the time and ran 40% in game one. So they do want to throw the football. They were behind a little bit. Well, of course, they got the first touchdown, but then they fell behind and had to throw more. But we've got to be able to stop both, and number one, we've got to put pressure on the quarterback.
Absolutely. Well, you've had obviously a 19th season. A lot of kids come through the program over the years, and this senior group you've got is another really good one.
It really is, and they're a tight group, and I love these guys. They work hard, and they're fun to be around, and they like to win.
You remember every one of them too, right? And
I can tell you I probably can tell you every single loss because they hurt more than the wins. But
yeah.
It's been a great 19 years, and I love it, and I love what I do, and I'm excited. And when you get the butterflies like I had on Friday night, and you care, and I still want to win every game, and I absolutely love what I do, and love the kids. I love being around them. I love the youth camps that we did. I love football, and I love the kids and the relationships that I build with them.
Coaching staff, you got we didn't talk much about them in the first week, but good mix of some veteran guys who have been with you for a long time, and then some newer faces.
We have some newer faces. Coach Tate's our new basketball coach, and he's 28, so I like that. It gives another good rapport with the kids. And then I have a student teacher, Cole Chris, that's doing a great job for us. And he probably won't be around next year, but I sure would hire him in a heartbeat. He does a great job. He's done a great job for me in the classroom, but then also coaching, and that's given us an extra coach. So I really like that. And we had a Coach Cruz last year, and another young guy. And then other than that, it's our veteran coaches that have been around, Coach Coles and Coach Gray, Coach Ruda, Coach Zion, Coach Atkins, Coach Hotmer. I'm sure I missed somebody, but it's a great staff that works very, very hard. Coach Neal, obviously, works with our passing game. And, yes, we got a great staff, and they give a lot to our kids. They work hard for them.
I tell you, Friday night at home, Coach Zai, he was out there after everybody else had left, still picking up stuff and putting away. He's been doing it an awful long time.
He's been doing it a long time. Right here in Buhler, I think this was 42nd year of coaching in Buhler. So.
Yeah, actually was the head coach briefly.
He was.
For a couple of seasons in the 80s.
Yep, he was. And he's a great guy, and the kids love him, and I love his knowledge, and he doesn't give very many suggestions, but when he does, I listen to him. He does a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. Some keys, Coach, to being successful here tonight.
Well, I always say it, but ball security and long sustained drives on offense, and then we need to get some takeaways. Get pressure on the quarterback, get him moving, because I don't think he's very agile, and I do feel like we'll get to him one way or another. If we can't do it with the front four, we'll bring heat. But again, taking care of the football and getting some takeaways, and that would definitely put us in a great situation.
So you like that offensively? You said 200 rushing, 100 passing, so that 300-yard mark's kind of a
that's a goal for me every
goal
week.
to shoot for.
I sure would be very happy with that.
All right. Well, best of luck on the field tonight. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.
That's head coach Steve Warner. We're back with more right after this.
You're on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Midway Motors, for every mile of life. Coming up, Chris gives you his 3 keys to victory. Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM.
Even trying to enjoy a fun event can be difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered questions, feelings of stress and grief are only natural. As the owner and director of Inman Funeral Home, I bring over 25 years of experience bringing comfort and empathy during time of loss. Rely on me to guide you through all aspects of planning a funeral service with compassion, dignity, and respect. I'm Athena Johnson with Inman Funeral Home. Find me at inmanfh.com.
This is Darren Eddy with Ag 360 Insurance in Inman. For years, we've been known for our great service with our ag customers, but did you know we can handle your family or small business insurance needs as well? We would love an opportunity to sit down and visit with you about what we can do for you. As an independent agency, we can shop different coverage options for you. Stop by our office on Old K61 in Inman or give Cody Moores or myself a call today at 620-585-2128 or check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here on our Midway Motors Drive to the game, let's talk some ones to watch. Brought to you by Dix Phillips 66. Every journey begins with a stop at Dix Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutchinson. I was thinking about this, Matthew. Areas, positions kids to really focus in on tonight. I'd really like to see them get Mitch McDaniel going in the offense. He's such a dynamic player. Get him. He really wasn't a part of the offense last week. Get him involved if they can.
Yeah, just as they just struggled so much to throw the ball, and if you can get him and Quentin Pisano, I would also offer that. Both those guys on either side of the field, get those guys engaged. I think it just makes the offense that much more potent.
And I would say on the other end, defensively, that front four, can they consistently get pressure on the quarterback and not allow K-Mac to sit back there in the pocket and try to pick them apart?
Well, you heard Coach Warner's takeaway from the interview. He just doesn't think K-Mac is going to be all that agile and mobile. Can those little guys – I call them little guys. I don't mean that as a pejorative. They're smaller guys. They play such a big role. Can the small front four of Buhler create enough problem along that front and make K-Mac's night miserable?
All right, coin toss going on at Midfield Hillier Stadium in Augusta. The home stands facing the east with the sun behind us. Kind of just a nice setting with the trees in the background, all turf field, and set to go. Crusaders will be in their road all-white uniforms, white tops, white pants, and the maroon numerals with the maroon helmets tonight. The Crusader on the side. Black uniforms, black tops, black pants for the Orioles with the white numbers trimmed in orange and the black helmets. And just like tonight's teams, I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. It's where to take your clothes. Looks like the Crusaders win the toss.
They deferred.
And we'll defer to the second half. Matthew, give us some keys to the game.
So I think anytime you're playing on the road, you must win the turnover battle. It's a thing. Buhler's got to take care of the ball, and as much as K-Mac throws it around, like to see the secondary get involved in that. Maybe create a couple of turnovers in the secondary. Number two, we've talked about it a little bit. Coach said 100. I'm greedy. I want 130. I'd like to see Brendan throw for 130 yards. If you see that, that means that the ground game is also working because one comes out of the other. And then the last one we just talked about it. What can that front four do to pressure K-Mac in that Augusta backfield? You want to make sure that front four puts a ton of pressure on those guys, especially because with a team like the Orioles that are going to sling it around the field so much, you can't be sneaking up there with your linebackers. They're going to have to drop back and cover those underneath routes.
Buhler's 4-3 defense led by Coach Jason Coles up front. Jackson Pratt and Cruz Hirschberger at the ends. The defensive tackles, Chase Gentry and Cash Carson. Cash had 3 sacks in week 1. That very experienced linebacking crew led by Will Haynen, 13 tackles to lead the team last Friday. Nick Gazaway at the mic and Jacob Miller, the other backer. In the secondary, the safeties, Brady Gotti and Jeremy Gentry, a pair of seniors, and the cornerbacks, Jared Miller and Mitchell McDaniel. Other phase of the game we didn't talk a lot about in the pregame. It was very good, very solid. Was last Friday was the special teams.
Yeah, we talked during the game. I think the play of the game was Brendan's punt in the first half, 60-something yard punt that totally flipped the field. Mulvane never got back on the other side of the field the rest of the half. Sometimes it can be that forgotten part of the game, so important.
Jared Miller set to kick off from the 40 towards the north end zone. Here, welcome into the broadcast. Hope you enjoyed. Aaron West, Matt Atherton on KWHK Hutchinson. This is Crusader football from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Here's a return from the 10, across the 20, 30, 35 near the 40. And a solid return for Augusta's Roman Bridwell. They'll have a good starting position here on this opening drive.
Yeah, I don't think exactly what Buhler was wanting to do, able to set the edge, but a little cut up inside. And that said, still plenty of field left to defend.
They're going to mark Bridwell out of bounds on the Augusta sideline. At the 40-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 from there. Cade K-Mack is the junior quarterback, completed 70% of his passes for 234 yards and 4 touchdowns in week 1. He'll have Jaden Harris, the sophomore, senior Gabe Coles in the backfield. Key receivers include Brody Haskell, Brecken Albert, David Sullivan, Owen Robertson, and Bridwell, who we saw in that kick return just moments ago. Orioles left to right here in this opening drive, just underway from Augusta. Taking a few extra minutes to get everything set. Now there's the whistle. And the teams will come to the line. Out of the shotgun is K-Mack. He slaps his hands together, takes the snap, and gives it to his tailback in the backfield. And not Harris covering, but Hunter West in on that carry, and no gain. As a matter of fact, on the left side, trying to run between the tackles, Matt, and a loss of 2.
Yeah, really solid job up front. Nick Gazaway comes in to clean it up from that middle linebacker spot. Just not much there. Interesting, we weren't expecting them to bring in a tight end. They motioned a tight end into the formation last time here. They're in the spread.
They did not use a tight end in week 1. It's K-Mack again out of the shotgun. 3-4 wide receiver set, throws high. It's brought down short of the first down stick by about 2 yards on the Buhler sideline. Caught up around the 48. And the reception made by Brody Haskell. That sets up a 3rd down and 2.
And Jared Miller in there first on the wrap-up. He was able to get Haskell by the feet. A little out route. Something they're going to try to do, get the ball out of quarterback's hands quickly, K-Mac's hands quickly.
3rd down and 2 from the left hash mark, the 48-yard line. They'll put a receiver in motion. They're going to hand it off. Stopped short. A helmet comes off, and then the ball comes loose. Crusaders say they have it at the 49-yard line. We'll await for the official ruling. And looks like it is going to be a fumble. Crusader ball, and somebody up in that scrum lost there. It was Jacob Miller who lost his helmet.
Yeah, Jacob lost his helmet. Helmet went one way, ball went the other. Glad somebody saw it. Honestly, it was from our vantage point, it was impossible to see who it was that knocked that loose, but Orioles trying to run inside the tackles, nothing doing.
All of that happened in amongst a giant pile of dudes.
That's right. But there it is, first takeaway of the game, and Buhler's in business.
So Buhler will have it just inside Augusta territory, going right to left here from the Oriole 49 out of that I formation. He'll put Paisano in motion on 1st down, hand it off. Well, that play really never got developed as Skripczyk came around, kind of had to work around Paisano, who was coming across the formation late, getting the handoff to Klaus, and a loss on the play of about 2 yards.
Yeah, it was set up as a counter trap. It was kind of just an odd. There was some timing that wasn't right in the backfield, so Buhler in a little bit of a hole, 2nd and long. I know Coach would like to stay on schedule, You'll hear us talk about it a lot tonight. That is not what Coach was wanting to see done there, as they're going to bring in double tights.
Second down and 13. Miller comes in at a wingback. He'll go in motion from left to right. Klaus is going to carry on the ground inside the tackles, find some room up the middle as Brown, the center, and company lead the way back into positive territory to the 45-yard line. And that's going to set up a 3rd down and 6 this offense. Brendan Skripczyk, the senior quarterback, threw for just 54 yards last week. It'll have Ben Klaus, Nick Gazaway, among others, in the backfield. Mitchell McDaniel, Quentin Paisano at wide receiver. Brady Gotti, the tight end, and then up front, Bodie Redenbaugh, Nixon Stanley, Tanner Brown, John Aldridge, and Logan Turner. Here is Brendan out of the gun on 3rd and 5. Dropped the football. Was going back to pass. He had Paisano one-on-one here on the Augusta sideline. And also had a receiver downfield, but as he was cocking his arm back, Matt, looked like he just lost the football. He falls on it for a loss. It's going to be 4th down and 9.
Boy, that is fortunate for Augusta. Jared Miller was down on the left sideline all by himself. And a little bit of nerves maybe, but you get to a quick thing. It's interesting, Buhler ended up with the ball on the Augusta 49, really only advanced a yard, punting from the 48.
Buhler will punt it away after its first series. A high, wobbly kick from Brendan Skripczyk. Bounces at the 20. It's going to take a Buhler roll. And Mitchell McDaniel will down it inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. So neither team able to have a ton of success on offense. Much like we saw the first quarter last week, a little slow going here to start.
Yeah, first 2 plays for Buhler, they really tried to run a little bit of counter action in the backfield. I think it just took a little too long to develop, maybe trying to figure out exactly how to get those guys blocked up front. You can see the offensive line all gathered around the TV on the far side of the field trying to get a handle on exactly what was going on so that they can adjust their blocking scheme.
8:28 to go on the first no score. Augusta is going to start from their own 14, 1st and 10. They'll have 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. And quarterback K-Mac out of the gun. It is Hunter West to his right, standing at the 9-yard line. And an option play. It'll be K-Mac who keeps it. Flag comes out in the backfield at the end of the play as K-Mac gets across the 20 to the 21.
Boy, based on where that came from the white hat, it's going to be a hold against Augusta. So that's going to be a half the distance penalty. And that was the thing, Aaron, I really wasn't expecting to see. I think we were kind of thinking that K-Mac wouldn't be much of a willing runner, but they put him in that little read option play. And he tucked it up inside. A decent little run, but he got a little bit of help, I think.
So the penalty yardage, that'll mark the football back to the 7-yard line. It's a half the distance penalty. It'll be 1st down from there. And K-Mac out of the gun again. 4 wide receivers, and they'll throw high, far side, intended for Haskell. And high and incomplete near the 15-yard line with Quentin Paisano there. One-on-one in coverage. 2nd down.
The second time they've thrown the ball Haskell's way. That time just a little hitch route. Took the snap, K-Mac did, in the shotgun, a 3-step drop and let it fly, but threw it high. Seemed like he didn't really step into his throw very well.
2nd down and long. They'll go with trips right here. Haskell one-on-one locked up with Paisano on the far side of the field. The snap is high, taken by K-Mac, and well overthrown. Some miscommunication there as that throw was about 10 yards down the field from where Haskell was, incomplete.
Yeah, Haskell ran the same hitch route that he ran the time before. You saw Haskell, he turned around and tapped himself in the chest like, hey, somehow I missed that was supposed to be the fade, my bad.
Supposed to go instead of hitch.
That's right. 3rd and a mile, so this is a good situation for the Buhler secondary.
They're at the 7-yard line. The 1st down stick all the way up at the 24. So 3rd down and long. Trips right again. They'll put a receiver right to left in motion. They fake the handoff. Play action with K-Mac rolling right. He'll throw it out of bounds with everybody covered downfield, and 4th down. So far, so good for this Buhler defensive secondary. They haven't given K-Mac a lot of open targets, and K-Mac has not had a lot of time really trying to get rid of the ball quickly, and it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, honestly, that's a pretty good decision by K-Mac. Nothing on that side of the field. They rolled him out to the right, trying to take away half the field, but Buhler had the extra defender over there. Really no place for him to go with it. Just chucks it out of bounds.
Brody Haskell is a punter. You never want to be standing in your own end zone. On the big G of Augusta in the Oriole end zone to punt away. Jeremy Gentry standing at the Oriole 40 to return here as the Orioles will punt on their second series. It's caught by Junior at the 40, taken 35, coming left and then tripped up near the 32. And, boy, you got to find a way to capitalize right here. Buhler has fantastic field position here with 7:34 to go in the first and no score.
Yeah, nice job by Junior to focus all the way through that catch. I think it was Roman Birdwell came flying by him. Mitchell was right there with him. And Junior, that's one of those balls where as a coach you pucker, like, don't drop this one. Junior did a nice job to turn some positive yardage.
He'll mark the ball down at the left hash mark of the Augusta 31. Buhler going right to left. Out of the I formation, 2 receivers right. This is Ben Klaus on the ground. Cuts back inside now at the 20, 15, 10. Still on his feet, stumbling inside the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal. They say the knee went down at the 4-yard line. Biggest run of the night for Ben Klaus.
Now that is very much Buhler football. Looked like just a little inside 42 power. Ben actually bounced it out to just inside the tackle, took it a little further outside. It was a great lead block by John Aldridge, the pulling guard who came through. Nice job, nice hole, and great job running through the contact. Buhler's going to bring in their heavy formation.
Run of 27 yards there. Klaus averaged 4.9 a carry last week, 113 yards as they stack 3 backs in the backfield. Paisano, the lone receiver to the left. Here's Klaus walking into the end zone.
Boy, untouched.
Touchdown, Crusaders.
Just a dive route, untouched. That was a great job by the big guys up front. When Ben can run in and he doesn't have to take a wallop on the way in, that's awfully nice.
A 4-yard run, just 2 running plays from Klaus into the end zone with 6:52 to go here in the first quarter. And now Jared Miller on for the extra point out of the hold of Carter Jones at the 10-yard line. Ball is down, kick is up and good. 7-0. It is Buhler over Augusta. The Crusaders strike first on this second Friday of the season. Mid-first quarter, this is Crusader football from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
This is Annette with Annette KF Insurance. Inflation is hitting us hard, so it's a good time to review the cost and coverage of your auto and homeowners insurance. As an independent agent, I represent Goodville Mutual and several other fine companies. Stop by Annette Epp Insurance in Hutchinson at 2500 North Main, Suite E, or call 620-662-4900.
Hi, this is James with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Buhler. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Buhler Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you will talk to a live person from our office in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability. Or you can call us at 620-543-5000 to inquire more about our services.
95.9 HKFM.
Couple of Big 12 games tonight. KU leading UNLV late first quarter 17-6. K-State plays Arizona tonight. That ball kicked into the end zone and a touchback off the foot of Jared Miller. And Augusta will already start their third series at their own 20-yard line. A fumble and a punt so far for the O's. So far, so good for the Black Knight defense.
Aaron, it feels like a lot has happened, and we are just at 8 minutes and 52 seconds left in the first quarter. The ball being thrown around so much, this game is going to be a long one tonight, I have a feeling.
And a busy 6+ minutes so far in this one. Here is K-Mac out of the gun. He's got West on his left hip. Trips right, single receiver to the far side of the formation. K-Mac in the pocket, looking to throw, goes over the middle, into the hands of Haskell. Brody Haskell's been his big target tonight, the junior receiver. He had 4 catches for 82 yards last week and a catch up to the 45. It'll move the Sticks 1st and 10 and a gain of 25. Haskell was wide open on that play.
Boy, wide open for sure. That deep post pattern all by himself.
They will stay in the shotgun formation with 3 receivers to the right. West still the lone back in the backfield. This time they throw it short here near side. And caught by Brecken Albert, but behind the line of scrimmage. Let's see, they're going to mark it right down. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 right at the 45 as he was driven out of bounds immediately on the Augusta sideline.
And Jacob Miller cleaned it up. Really nice job closing out from that linebacker, that outside linebacker position.
Nearing midfield, 2nd down and 10. They stay with a 4 wide receiver set. They'll put Owen Roberts in motion right to left. Pressure around the quarterback. Hit as he throws.
Oof.
Throws behind the receiver. Albert probably should have had that catch. Maybe thinking about taking off before he had the ball secured. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I think Buhler pretty fortunate. Jacob Miller had actually blitzed. Thing that Buhler doesn't do a whole lot from that strong side, and they threw right to the spot he vacated. Albert, I think, would tell you after the game he should have caught that one.
Sometimes, too, when you're catching the ball over the middle, you're anticipating the hit.
Absolutely.
So 3rd down and 10. K-Mac out of the gun. 5 wide receivers set. He's going to throw downfield, and that's going to be pass interference over on the far sideline. That will go against Jared Miller, locked up one-on-one with Haskell, and that's going to move Augusta well into Buhler territory in the incomplete pass, but with the penalty.
Boy, you just had a sense that was coming as they had overloaded to the right side 3 guys, and they left Jared on an island over on that far side of the field and the wide side of the field, so there was really no help from the safety. Jared just got there too early, of course, in high school. That's not a spot foul like it would be on Sundays, just a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, very fortunate that a spot penalty would have put it in the red zone.
That's right.
As it is, it'll be a 1st and 10 from the Buhler 40. So far, Haskell has been that favorite target, that go-to guy for Cade K-Mac.
Yeah, and they continue to kind of move him around. They're moving him around. I think they brought that back.
Well, they decided it should be the 45 and not the 40.
And not the 40.
Cade K-Mac again working out of the gun. He's got Haskell isolated one-on-one at the top of the formation with Jared Miller. Again, Roberts in motion. 4 wide receivers set. Long snap count here. Now K-Mac looks to the sideline with 10 on the play clock. We're down to 5:41 to go in the first. 7-0 Crusaders. Snaps the hands together. They're going to go with the pitch to the far side, and that is going to be eaten up. 1, 2, 3 Crusaders in the area. And Hunter West had no chance as he is tackled well in the backfield for a loss. It'll bring up 2nd down and long.
Jack Spratt did a nice job setting the edge, and then Cruz Hirschberger cleaned it up from behind. And I think just watching that hurt.
Jackson Pratt was there before the running back got the ball.
I agree. I think Jax was ready for it for sure.
A loss back to the Augusta 49 brings up 2nd down and 16. Twin receivers right, twin left. And K-Mac looks over the defense out of the gun. He'll take the snap, kind of a high snap, pulls it down, throws complete. It is Haskell again. Driven out of bounds after he catches the ball at the Buhler 41-yard line. Driven out of bounds by Junior Gentry, the safety, and it's 3rd down.
Coach Cole's really working to disguise the defense. At one point, he had everybody within about 4 yards of the line of scrimmage. Started to drop guys back one at a time. I think Buhler trying to disguise what they're doing just a little bit and give K-Mac an extra thing to think about. Now you've got a situation again where Miller's on the far side of the field by himself.
Mark it out at the 42, 3rd down and 7. And K-Mac is going to take off, flushed out of the pocket. His protection broke down, and he's going to be sacked for a loss. Back at the 45-yard line. So the Black Knights bend a little bit with that big pass early and then the penalty, but able to force a fourth down and another Augusta punt.
It's a fantastic play by Will Hanen, kind of just sitting in that spy position waiting for Amac to do something. As soon as he tried to step up and tuck it, Will, such a sure tackler.
You know who I don't want to be hit by?
Anybody.
Will Hanen.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So the O's set to punt here as Haskell will be near his own 45. Junior Gentry back at the 15. And that kick is going to drive him back. There is a flag down on the kick. Jeremy's going to stay away from it. It's going to fall dead at the 12-yard line here on the Augusta sideline. We'll see what that penalty is about. There's a flag back near the 30.
There was a little bit of extracurricular with Quentin and number 51, Gavin Ralston. I don't know if it was a hold.
What you don't want is that if that's against the return team, that could give maybe change things for Augusta a little bit.
I would think it would be during the kick.
Yeah, it was on Buhler. That will be their second penalty of the night. It's a holding call.
I think it's going to be after the kick, so they'll mark it half the distance from where the ball was downed.
It's already 3 penalties, 2 on the Crusaders, 1 on Augusta here in this first half. Down to 3:51 to go in the first quarter. Buhler still leading 7-0 here at Augusta. It is a half the distance penalty. And will move the football back to the 11-yard line. So Buhler, who started their last drive, their touchdown drive at the Augusta 31, they've got a long ways to go now, starting at their own 11. That puts the tailback, Ben Klaus, right on the boundary line of the end zone. It'll be Skripczyk under center. They go with a handoff play. Klaus up the middle. Gets across the 10, forward progress to the 12-yard line.
It's a good gainer on first down.
I said the 11. They actually started that at their own 6.
That's right.
So forward progress up to the 12 and a gain of 6 by Ben Klaus on first down.
That's how you stay on schedule. Now, 2nd and 4, you've got a whole lot of things you can do. You can just try to run it for the first down quick. You might want to spread out the field, get Brendan on the roll, see if you don't see something open up in front of him.
2 receivers right out of the I formation. Skripczyk takes it from Brown as center. They'll stay with Klaus running right. He's going to sprint to the edge, get around Haskell. Haskell comes from behind and trips him up right near the first down stick. They'll get him across the 15 to the 16. And that, well, depending on the spot, is going to be really close.
I think they're going to, oh man, it is, what, 6-8 inches short? I think just a very, very little amount to gain.
Nose of the football just short of the 16-yard line with the first down stick between the 16 and the 17. And so it'll be 3rd down and 1 here. We'll go inside 2.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Crusaders. It's the fullback who gets his number called, and Gazaway is going to be driven back.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That was an inside trap play, and the trap block did not get made.
Augusta able to snuff that out and drive Ben Gazaway back to the 15, and Buhler's going to be faced with another punting situation here. Well, you look at only 7-0 and you think, well, not much offense. They have been able to move the ball. Just a penalty here, a missed block here that have forced some 4th down situations, and they're going to punt it away. Off the right leg of Brendan Skripczyk.
It's a good punt.
It will roll past the Augusta return man and all the way down to the 28-yard line. That is a fantastic punt by Brendan Skripczyk.
Boy, back-to-back weeks that Brendan has really been great in the punting game.
Brecken Albert was back to return it, and he just got out of the way.
Although, to be fair, if I saw Mitchell McDaniel bearing down on me, I would probably get out of the way myself. It's another guy, boy, that packs a punch, and I would not want to be popped by Mitchell.
I think punt returning is an unappreciated art. It is tough.
Scary.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, I think you have to be a little,
Definitely can't be afraid.
Yeah, absolutely.
1st and 10 from the 28 to go. Trips right, single receiver left. And a flag out at the snap. Should be against the offense. A false start on the Orioles. It'll move them back 5 yards.
As one of the receivers on this side just left a little early.
Second penalty of the night on Augusta.
Boy, Aaron, they are really just content to stand back there and try to sling it around the yard. Really have not even tried to establish any running game.
Our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard, KU now leading UNLV. Minute 31 to go in the half, 17-6. That game being played tonight in Kansas City. Here's K-Mac, hit as he throws. Receiver hit at the 30, trying to catch over the middle was Albert. And Albert got hit from behind, bobbled, and could not hold on to the football, incomplete.
It was fantastic play by Brady Gotti, who got there right as the ball did. That is perfect. Coach Coles, when he watches the film, is going to be so happy with the job that Brady did there to defend that pass. Now, interesting, they've got trips to the left, single on this side on Mitchell.
First time we've seen that formation with it. K-Mac out of the gun. He'll throw to the slot receiver on the far side. That is Haskell. Well, he has been the main target by far here in this first quarter. We'll go inside a minute to play. It is complete. Caught shy of the 30. Haskell will be driven out of bounds at the 29.
And they tried to set up that bubble screen to the left, but really nothing there, just a yard.
So they're looking at third down and 9 here. Another third down opportunity for Augusta for these Black Knights. 1:24 to play in the first 7-0 Crusaders. K-Mac has got West to his right. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Wants to throw that way and throws it looking for Haskell again, who is double covered along the far boundary. And actually, he hit the first down marker, missed the receiver, and the ball went flying out of bounds to the Buhler sideline, and another fourth down.
Well, this is where that punt by Brendan could become so important. Buhler punted so deep in its end zone, flips the field. Now a shank or a bad punt or a great return, and Buhler is in business again without a whole lot of field to have to cover.
Boy, this first quarter, 7 possessions combined between the two teams so far. Just the 1 touchdown by Buhler. 5 punts and a fumble. Here's a punt by the Orioles, taken by Gentry Jr. at the 40, 45, 50. Into Augusta territory and driven out of bounds near the 45, and then driven into the metal seating over here on the Augusta sideline as he got hit hard.
And late.
No flag out. Junior is up and okay. Did they throw
there was a flag out.
Okay.
That's going to be a 15-yarder for some for the late hit.
A whole lot of Augusta players had to go scrambling out of the way to not be a part of that on the sideline.
Glad to see Junior pop up. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
As he goes shoulder first right into that metal bench.
1:07 now to play in the first. We'll see where they spot the ball with a penalty. It is a personal foul, late hit penalty in the Orioles. That is Augusta's 3rd penalty in the game.
Well, that's going to be costly. 15 yards from the 48.
43. 43. Peter's going to have fantastic field position up at the 28-yard line. 2nd time they've started a drive inside Augusta's 35. 3rd time they've started a series in Augusta territory. Out of the eye on 1st and 10. Paisano left, McDaniel right as receivers. They fake to Klaus in the option, and Brendan's going to keep it and gets a good block up the middle across the 25 and up to the 23-yard line. Good gain by Brendan of 5 yards on 1st down.
Faked it to the fullback, faked it to the tailback, took it himself. Nice gain, and Buhler is right on schedule.
2nd down and 5 with the clock running inside 39 seconds to go in this first quarter. Buhler leading 7-0. Out of the I formation, they're going to go with a double tight set. And so Jax Pratt comes in at that 2nd tight end position. They hand it off. Klaus running left at the 20. He's going to be brought down shy of the 1st down by about 2 yards. We'll see if that is the final play of this quarter as Buhler's facing a 3rd down and 2.
Well, you kind of figure at this point in the field, Coach is not all that concerned. If they don't get the first down, they're not going to kick it. They're going to go for it. So you got 2 plays to get 3 yards.
Time expire into the first. Buhler with a 7-0 advantage here on the road at Augusta. Will flip the field. Second quarter coming out from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM. This booth on HKFM.
And Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. Call 620-585-2816 or visit EricksonCustomBLDG.com.
Getting ready to mow? Hi, this is Janet Dick inviting you to stop by our locally owned Dick's Phillips 66. At Dick's, we offer the non-alcohol premium fuel your mowers and trimmers prefer, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
The Bradbury Company, headquartered in Mound Ridge, is a family-owned custom equipment builder, now hiring qualified candidates for manufacturing roles. Apply online at bradburygroup.com/careers. The Bradbury Company, we build machines, we sell solutions.
At Hutchinson Community College, our online education department enables you to take classes anytime from anywhere. Flexible, affordable, and designed to fit your schedule. HutchCC's online education could be the answer for you. Email info@hutchcc.edu.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard, and 1 in McPherson. The Bullpups lead the Circle Thunderbirds 7-6 as they open up the league portion of their schedule in back tonight. We'll see both those teams later on in the year. 7-0 Buhler here as we start the second 12 minutes of the game, second quarter, and Buhler facing a third down at about 2 out of the I formation. It's Klaus running left, tries to sneak low under a defender. I think he's going to be short again, Matthew, by about a yard, and well, you'd expect him to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, there's a penalty in here. I think we're going to get a hold on Buhler, so they're going to push that back, and Buhler's going to get a second shot at that, I would think.
Well, third downs have not been kind to either team so far in this first half. I don't know that we've had a third down converted yet.
Yeah, Buhler's struggling to get that blocked right against that Oriole front. Let's see him working on it over on the Buhler sideline, trying to clean that up.
That'll move the ball back to the 30. It's going to be second down.
Third down and 12.
Make that third down and 12 from the 30-yard line. First down stick up at the 18. They stay in the eye, single receivers either side. Play action. Brendan rolling out to his right. Wants Gazaway, the fullback. Finally throws it away late as he's hit.
It was weird. He had Gazaway open on that little drag route. It's that counter pass, and I think he was looking for something deeper. And probably that's a spot where Coach would like him to take the shot to Gazaway, get 5 or 6 back, and then you go 4th and 5.
Ended up throwing it out of bounds as he was hit to avoid a sack, and it'll be 4th down. And so still yet to convert a third down into a first down. We expect them to go for it here. The Augusta 30.
Certainly not going to gain anything punting it here.
So they'll go spread, 3 receivers right, single receiver to the far side. And Brendan Skripczyk out of the gun, gets a good block. Receiver caught, it's Cash Carson, first down up across the 20-yard line and driven out of bounds near the 16.
Boy, fantastic route, fantastic throw. Cash went to a knee right at the stick. Brendan put it right between the numbers. What a great pickup for Buhler. Maybe that'll kind of settle things down offensively.
First National Bank first down. The first is first for you. Second catch of the year for Cash Carson. He had 1 catch for 41 yards last week in that beautiful throw over the middle from Brendan Skripczyk. Throws it right to the boundary at the stick here. And right, they call him right out of bounds at the first down stick. It's going to be 1st and 10 in the red zone for the Crusaders.
It's a really good job for Cash. Don't cheat that route. You've got to get all the way to the stick. Understanding the situation, get all the way there, and give your offense a chance to get another 4 set of downs.
Out of the eye with 2 receivers right here on 1st and 10. It'll be Gazaway, the fullback, just gouging his way forward.
Well, that's a great first down pickup, Aaron.
All the way up to the 11-yard line, a gain of about 5. He got some help from his quick guard, John Aldrich, who did a nice job walking upfield for him.
Yeah, that little inside trap play And Gazaway did all the work after got right in there behind John and just able to kind of run through contact. Buhler's back on schedule.
One of those two sophomores, Aldridge and Stanley, they don't look like sophomores. Second down here in 5. And a pitch late. Klaus into the end zone. The pitch left from Brendan. Touchdown, Crusaders.
Boy, left side option. Faked it into Gazaway. Once the defensive end crashed down, Brendan takes it out. The outside linebacker goes to meet him, and there was nobody left for Ben to beat around that left side. What a great design play and excellent execution. Fantastic decision-making by Brendan Skripsik.
It goes for 11 yards and a touchdown. 10:38 to go here now in the second quarter. And Jared Miller will come on for the PAT. Buhler has scored twice, both Ben Klaus touchdown runs here in this first half. One of 4 yards, one of 11. And the kick is up and through. 14-0, 10:38 left. Quarter number 2 from Augusta. This is Crusader football on HKFM. Football on HKFM.
One of the most important elements of success is to expand and when to focus on strengthening what you have. At People's Bank and Trust, we've done just that over the years, ensuring that we always have a solid base to provide for our customers and our community. At People's Bank and Trust, we never promise more than we can deliver. And what we deliver is safe, sound, reliable banking that puts you first. Let us put our experience to work for you and your family. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
What do you look for in an insurance company? Hello, this is Brad Patton from Wade Patton Insurance. If you're looking for sound advice, dependable service, and the careful evaluation of your family's insurance needs, you should give us a call. At Wade Patton Insurance, we specialize in personal service. Your agent that evaluates and sells you your policy is the same agent that will be there answering questions and providing sage advice when you need it. So if you're looking for personal service from an accessible agent, check us out online or give us a call at 620-662-5469.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, in Manhattan tonight, first quarter, K-State 7, Arizona 7 in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. I believe they're at the half now in Kansas City. KU leading UNLV 17-13. UNLV comes back with a late touchdown, close within a score at the end of the first half. Here is Jared Miller to let loose with a right leg back behind the 10-yard line. Augusta will return 15, 20, 25. And up to the 29, we'll call it the 30-yard line, where Augusta will start with 10:31 to go in the second. Orioles have not had a ton of success. Well, their biggest play was the defensive pass interference play on Buhler. That by far their biggest yardage gain tonight.
Yeah, that, and then they had that one pass over the middle, that post pattern. It was probably a 15 or 16-yard completion. But other than that, a bunch of throws to the boundary and a couple missed opportunities. That one ball that went through, wasn't it Albert's hands, Brecken Albert's hands.
A fumble and 3 punts so far here in the first half. 14-0 Buhler. Augusta, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Cade K-back claps his hands together out of the gun. 5 wide receivers set, throwing over the middle. One-on-one, great coverage!
Wow.
As they look over the middle of the field, incomplete. And that pass intended for West, Hunter West. Great coverage by Will Hanen.
Boy, Will was right there as the ball got there. That's the second time tonight that Will has gotten to the receiver right as the ball got there. Didn't get a hand in early, didn't spin him around. It's excellent. Not only is it excellent defense, but it's very good discipline to not get there early.
So that pass incomplete up around midfield brings up a 2nd down and 10. 10:25 to go here before halftime. K-Mac out of the gun, trips right, single receiver left. Quarterback's going to keep it and be wrapped up. Gains a yard across the 31, and that is it. And we're looking at a 3rd down and 9 for the O's.
Boy, he kept it and he paid for it. Jack Spratt in on that tackle. Just not a whole lot there. Tried to come to the left side and just met by a wall of Crusaders it's going to be really hard for Augusta if they cannot get something going with the ground game to soften up that front four.
Dylan Skripczyk now in at a defensive back. On 3rd down and 9, K-Mac out of the gun, pump fakes. Now being flushed out of the pocket, being chased to the far side, is going to heave it short. Pass dropped at the 45, incomplete as he was under duress from Cruz Hirschberger. Also there, Max Harmony, and the pass incomplete.
Buhler fortunate as Dylan and Jacob Miller got caught on a little rub route on this side. The receiver popped open for a minute. K-Mac looked right at him, and I'm not really sure what he was seeing. Maybe he just didn't see it, but he had a man open on this side.
And Harmony flushed him the other way.
That's right.
David Sullivan was the intended target at the 45, incomplete. 4th down and 9 for the Orioles. 9:36 to go here in the second, 14-0. And this Augusta offense has been held in check so far. It's a fake punt. Here comes Haskell running close to a first down. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. It's all going to be about the spot as Jacob Miller chased him out of bounds. Did he get enough on the fake punt for the first down? I do not think he did.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. Going to be first down for Buhler by a yard.
A heck of an effort by Brody Haskell, the punter, to take off with another fake punt, running toward the Buhler sideline. And a heads-up play by Jacob Miller to chase him down and knock him out of bounds right before he got to the stick.
Boy, and you can kind of sense maybe a little bit of early desperation for that Augusta coaching staff. They want to get something going, keep their offense on the field. Right now, their offense is 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. So try to get those guys that are playing defense a little bit of a breather. Buhler's back at it.
Back in Augusta territory for a 4th time in this game. 1st and 10. Here is Klaus running from the Augusta 38. And he'll keep it between the tackles across the 35. And up to the 33-yard line. And a good solid gain of about 7 on 1st down.
Well, this is that spot, 2nd and short, 2nd and 4 or under, where I get really curious about taking a shot right here. You know you're in good shape. Even if you don't pick it up, this may be a spot to send one of those guys on that post and see if you can't get someone.
Give him 5 officially, 2nd down and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. And Klaus gets those pads so low, sneaks under a would-be tackler and falls forward to the 30. He turned what might have been nothing into something in 3rd down and about 2 3rd and short here.
Of course, 3rd down is where Buhler's really struggled tonight, other than that one long reception, although that was on 4th down. Buhler struggled to get much positive going on 3rd down. Be interesting to see what coach dials up.
3rd down and 2 clock running, 8:20 to go in the half. 14-0 Crusaders. Buhler going left to right at the Augusta 30-yard line. 1st down marker at the 28. High formation, single receivers right and left. Here's Klaus running right. He'll put his shoulder pad down and bowl over one defender. He gets across the 30. We'll see where they spot him out of bounds. Maybe just a tick short of the 1st down stick. It's going to be close. Nose of the football touching the 28. Is it enough for a measurement? No, they're going to say 4th and inches.
Boy, that is so close. I think the far side official is going to come in, and I think he's going to argue that this is a 1st down.
Coach Warner, of course, can ask them to measure. Doesn't mean they will comply, but he can ask.
I think they're going to keep talking about it. The white hat running back over to that far side wants to talk to that far side official again, maybe giving a little bit of clarification to Coach Warner. I just saw him walk over and tell him, you're inches away. Now, do you do anything tricky here? Or do you just quarterback sneak and take your kind of go on quick and go, and kind of like just run up there and snap it and lean and go?
A little smash mouth football.
Yeah, especially with Brendan's a big kid, put Nick right in his back. And
so they'll go with 2 tights in the eye on 4th and inches here, and they're going to give it to Klaus. Klaus has the 1st down. That's a First National Bank 1st down First National Bank, first for you. Forward progress up to the 25, and that'll move the sticks. Ben needed an inch and
got him a little more than that.
A little more than that. Our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Baseball tonight. Kansas City now in the top of the 7th, leading Pittsburgh 7-1. The Royals had a 6-run 7th inning. I believe Salvador Perez went deep in that inning. And so 7-1 in the 7th. Buhler here from the Augusta 25 with a first down. Back to the more traditional line with single receivers either side. A fake to Gazaway. The pitch as Skripczyk was tripped up to Klaus, breaks out of a tackle. Far sideline inside the 10. Ben Klaus so tough to bring down. And he ends up moving the sticks again. Let's see where they spot the ball. Looks like up close to the 11-yard line is where they're going to say he was driven out.
I think it's actually the 6.
All the way up to the 6.
Boy, I tell you what, when they watch film, Aaron, is they're going to take
19.
They're going to take a timeout, looks like. As when they watch film, they are going to be thrilled with the block that Cash Carson just gave on the boundary.
All right, quick 30-second timeout back after this. 14-0, Crusaders threatening to score again on HKFM.
Lace up those running shoes and take the Urban Challenge during the Salt City 5K 10K at Hutchfest on October 5th. Whether you're a seasoned runner or casual jogger, this challenge offers the perfect mix of sights and atmosphere. Registration is open until the morning of the event. Don't miss out on the early bird rate available through September 30th. Lace up and experience the thrill of the Salt City 5K 10K on October 5th. Register in person at 17 East 1st or online at hutchrec.com.
95.9 HKFM.
6:46 to go here in the first half. 14-0 Buhler threatening inside the Augusta red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 6-yard line. Crusaders looking for score number 3 in this first half. 2 touchdown runs, one of 4 yards, one of 11 by Ben Klaus so far here in this first half. Another situation here on a 1st and goal at the 6 where, boy, the playbook can really be opened up for Coach and see what he calls here. Looks like 2 tight ends. So Pratt and Gotti both in at tight end out of the eye. And it's going to be Gazaway, the fullback.
Boy, just did not go
bangs
down.
Off 1, 2, 3 tackler, stays on his feet and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders. What a tough-nosed run by fullback Nick Gazaway. And Gazaway finds himself in the end zone for a 2nd time this year.
Boy, that is a grown man play by Nick Gazaway. The defensive end did not crash down, so Brendan put it right in his belly, was met at the line of scrimmage, kept his feet going, carried 3 guys with him into the end zone. What a fantastic play by the Buhler fullback.
So Buhler scores a 3rd time here in this first half with 6:39 to play. Before halftime, Jared Miller to boot the kick through. It is up and good. 21-0 now. Crusaders with a 3-score first half lead here from Hillier Stadium in Augusta. Back after this, Crusader football, the Alex Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
I'm Jared. Since 1948, we at Krupp Lumber in Heston have been helping customers choose the perfect lumber, find the right tools, and improve homes every step of the way. We offer a wide selection of top quality windows and doors like Marvin and Anderson and R.D. Henry & Company cabinets to make your home stand the test of time. Not only do we offer paints and lawn and garden supplies, but we can build floor and roof trusses in-house and can help you design your own. Ask about our in-state delivery. Krupp Lumber. Service is our specialty.
Have an appliance that doesn't work or a yard full of scrap metal and don't know what to do with it? Hi, this is Kathy from Midwest Iron, and you can save the environment and put a little money to us at 700 South Main. Midwest Iron, recycling for tomorrow's environment.
95.9 HKFM.
Back here at Augusta's Hillier Stadium on the road for week 2. We'll stay on the road next week as we got to Great Bend next Friday night. And then back home on September the 27th for the Circle Thunderbirds. That'll be Buhler Frolic weekend, September the 27th. 6:39 to go before halftime. 21-0 as Jared Miller boots it, angling far side and taking it the 4. 15, 20, 25. Good return and a lot of speed across the 35 to the 37-yard line, and then a big collision at the end.
A big collision indeed. Buhler going to have to do something to clean up that kick coverage.
It was Roman Bridwell on the return.
Yeah, it's really been Augusta's most potent offense throughout the game has been that kick return.
Orioles from their own 37, 1st and 10. They've been into Buhler territory tonight, but so far nothing to show for it with a 0 on the scoreboard. K.K. Mack, the junior quarterback, out of the gun. He'll have Hunter West on his left hip, 2 receivers right, 2 left on 1st and 10. Long snap count, takes it, being flushed out of the pocket, chased by 3 Crusaders to this near side, and then throws it out of bounds. Nick Gazaway led the charge, and at the last second before he went out of bounds, K-Mac throws it away. It'll be 2nd and 10.
You know, that play is one of those areas where if you're not paying attention, you're not being disciplined, you can pick up a cheap personal foul on a late tackle. Nice job by Ben, also by Jax to pull up. Just let K-Mac throw the ball away.
2nd down and 10, clock stopped at 6:24 to go here in the second. Out of the shotgun, 4 receivers. Boy, it looked like a false start on the receiver. Jumped late, no call. Quarterback hit from behind as he throws it in the turf, looking for his tailback West. And brought down incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
I think that was Chase Gentry, was it not? What a nice job. Picks up the sack, not quitting. Boy, Buhler had every guy within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage at the snap. It looked like they were bringing the house, and I think it was a little confusing to K-Mac.
So 3rd down and 10. Augusta new head coach this year, Dawson Elliott, who was the D coordinator last year, takes over in his first season. Out of the gun, here is K-Mac. 3 receivers to the left side. He rolls to the right, looking, overthrows his intended target on the far side, Brecken Albert, near the 50.
There's a little twist up front. Dylan Skripsik in coverage. Nice job, Dylan, just on that kind of deep out. Stayed with his guy.
So much of that timing, too, as K-Mac being flushed out of the pocket yet again, and that makes that throw just that much tougher.
That's it. We talked before the game about how the defensive line, even though they're a little undersized, they're so fast. And that time there's a penalty marker. And that's going to be declined. Of course, Buhler wants the ball back. Not going to give Augusta another shot at it, but that time Coach Coles dialed up the pressure, put that little inside twist, the little stunt on the defensive line, and Augusta had a hard time picking it up.
So Orioles are going to go 4 and out here, and so they will punt it away from the 25. Low line drive kick. It bounces, and Junior's going to get out of the way of that one. It'll be down at the 20-yard line. Buhler will start at its own 20 with a 6 even on the clock here in quarter number 2. This has been a long second quarter.
Buddy, anytime we get to spend together is like, it just flies by.
And we got like nine months of time.
I know what you meant to say was, we get 9 months of time together. That's what you meant to say, right?
You do that to your kids all the time. I have to. No.
You get to.
Well, it's been a good night to be a Crusader so far. 21-0 as we're 6 minutes to play in the first half out of the I formation. Single receivers either side, 1st and 10. Brendan Skripsik under center, back to throw on 1st down. Pump fakes, now goes far side and overthrows Quentin Paisano near the 1st down marker at the 32. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk to Buhler head volleyball coach Deidre Woodbury. They had a big sweep in league action earlier this week, beat both Mulvane and McPherson. A huge win over Mac. And we'll talk to Coach Woodbury about that coming up in our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. in about 6 minutes. 2nd down and 10. They'll go back to the ground out of the eye. This is Ben Klaus. Big hole up the middle and squirts his way across the 30. Marked down actually maybe just shy of the 30-yard line, so doesn't get the first down. Mark him down right at the 30. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Aaron, doesn't it feel like that offensive line is starting to get in sync together with Ben as they're starting to churn up yards?
That next gear for Ben, so explosive. 3rd down and about 1.5 yards here out of the eye. Single receivers either side. They stay with Klaus. And you know when it's working when the defense knows it's coming and there's absolutely nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, and not lost. Obviously, that means the guys up front are doing a great job blocking, and Nick's doing a great job getting into the hole and peeling off the linebacker. But it all starts with the job that John Aldridge is doing as the pulling guard, getting inside the hole first and trying to kick out that outside linebacker. He's doing such a good job.
And run forward to the 35 with another First National Bank first down. The first for you. Here's Brendan to throw one-on-one. Just overthrows Jared Miller here in this near sideline, the Augusta sideline at the 40. Jared had created some separation between him and the defensive back, Brody Haskell, but just a little bit overthrown, incomplete.
Yeah, that's just a 3-step and let it rip. The problem is it's hard to know exactly where your guy's going to be. Lots of times those quick go routes like that take a little bit of time to figure out, work that timing out.
2nd down and 10. Clock stop down to 4:51 to go before halftime. Brendan under center will take the snap. Rolling out to his right, wants to throw. Complete, caught in traffic by the tight end, Jackson Pratt. Caught at the 50, moved the sticks. First down, Crusaders.
Boy, that's a tough throw into traffic. Jax did a great job to watch it all the way into his hands. And what a huge boost for that passing game, and really good to see the youngster, the sophomore Jax Pratt, come up with his first catch.
Yet another First National Bank first down, the first catch of his Crusader career for the tight end. He'll get to stay in the game for making that nice catch. In at tight end to the right side. Boy, that play got blown up. Augusta bringing the pressure. Brendan Skripczyk ran into his tailback, Ben Klaus, and dropped for a loss of about 6 on the play, back behind the 45 of Buhler to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, sure looked like a double A-gap blitz. They just came right up the gut, and they were moving fast. Buhler struggled to pick it up, and that play was going to take a little bit too long to develop in the backfield. Augusta not inclined to give any space.
So 2nd down and long here. See if Coach goes back to the air. 2nd and 16. 3:44 to go before halftime. From their own 44, and there's a jump on the near side. That'll push him back even farther. Looked like Bodie might have moved just a tick early.
It was Bodie. Flinched. And then you could see him reset. Like, did anybody see that? I was like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, the problem is when you're 6'3" and 300 pounds.
Everybody sees it.
There's not a ton of places you can hide. That'll be the 4th penalty of the night called on the Crusaders. Pushes them back to the 39. So 2nd down here and 20. They're going to move Brendan to the gun with Klaus to his left. 2 receivers left. Mitchell McDaniel actually that Carson one on the right. Now a fumble as Brendan mishandles the snap, and they'll lose additional yardage back to the 35. Boy, nothing about this drive in the last 3 plays has gone right at all.
No, Buhler was kind of off to the races and moving, starting to throw it around a little bit, and here a couple of mistakes and the penalty, and suddenly it's 3rd and eternity for Buhler. 3rd and 25.
3rd and 25. Skripczyk out of the gun, trips left, single receiver catch. Carson to the right side. Klaus stays in at running back. And a blitz on, screen pass to Ben Klaus, catches it 35-40, and then he is annihilated at the 40-yard line. Klaus gets up and gets out of there, but wow, a slobber knocker of a hit at the 40. It'll be 4th down.
No doubt. It looked like Buhler had blockers out in front of Ben, but someone missed an assignment for sure. As I couldn't tell, Aaron, I couldn't see who it was, but whoever it was decleated Ben.
I know that Klaus was running and then he was not.
Yeah. That was about as hard as I think I've seen Ben hit. Now he popped right back up, but that was for sure a shot.
Ends up only netting 5 yards on that screen pass. And so 4th down. And Buhler will have to punt it away. 3rd down has been the nemesis tonight. Both these teams have struggled on 3rd downs. Another good punt here by Brendan Skripczyk. And it's going to roll dead at the Augusta 22. It'll be down there by Mitchell McDaniel. Right. Talk about our ones to watch in the pregame. McDaniel still no targets on offense. Such a dynamic kid. You got to figure at some point they're going to try to get him involved in the offense.
Well, he has the ability not only to go up and high point the ball, but also those yak yards. He is so fast after he has the ball in his hands. It's just hard to chase down. So you would think they'll at some point you hate to say force it to him, but you would sure think they're going to try to a little bit.
1st and 10 at the Augusta 22. Came back out of the gun. 4 wide receivers set. Trips right. Pump fakes. Now hit as he throws.
I think Jack's got a piece of that pass.
And Pratt got a piece of the ball and a piece of the quarterback. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, Jax Pratt is having a fantastic first half of football. All of his buddies congratulating him. Good pressure on the quarterback. Right as K-Mac wound up to let that one go deep, Jax jumped up, knocked it down. It's a great defensive play.
8-1, Adam Frazier goes deep. The Royals now lead the Pirates in the 8th in Pittsburgh, 8-1 at our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Down to 9 on the play clock as K-Mac takes the snap. 1-on-1, Haskell locked up with Jared Miller, incomplete near the Buhler 45, and that'll be 3rd down and 10.
Jared did a nice job. Took away that inside leverage from Haskell. And that throw, I think K-Mac wanted Haskell to break outside.
K-State leading Arizona in the 2nd. 8 minutes to go in the half in Manhattan. 14-7. Still 17-13. KU back with the ball. 11:33 to go in the 3rd for the Jayhawks. They have a 2nd and 10 coming up at their own 25. 3rd and 10 here. 4 wide receivers on 3rd down, and K-Mac heaves it incomplete. It falls in front of Haskell. For the most part, pretty good coverage downfield so far tonight for the Crusaders. It's 4th down.
That's good coverage, but really a curious, in my estimation, decision. Buhler's already up 21-0. And Augusta comes out, throws it 3 times, stops the clock on 3 incomplete passes. Buhler's going to get the ball back, you would think, with decent field position and a chance to push this to a 4-score game. Kind of surprised that Augusta didn't just try to run out the rest of the clock and get to halftime and regroup. If Buhler can score, Buhler also gets the ball coming out of halftime.
So the Orioles punt near their own 10. It'll be Haskell on a 4th and 10 at the 22. 1:11 showing on the clock. Gentry's going to let this one roll, and it'll be dead down at the 28-yard line. Down there for the Orioles by Cale Wills. 21-0. Buhler has the ball. One final opportunity, maybe to kind of put that last drive behind him where anything that could go wrong did.
Yeah, honestly, the drive started okay and then just went nowhere.
Augusta only able to take 30 seconds off the clock on their last drive. 3 touchdown runs in the half so far tonight. 2 by Ben Klaus, 1 by Nick Gasaway. And it's 21-0. Brendan Skripczyk's going to work out of the gun with Klaus to his right here. Carson, the single receiver, set to the right side. 2 receivers left. And they'll hand it off to Benjamin. The junior tailback carries forward back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a little bit more than that. We'll get him to the 30, a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9. And the clock will be running here with 44 seconds to go before halftime.
it looked like they were going to go hurry up. I think they've decided better. I think they would like to burn the rest of this clock, go in with their 3-score lead.
I wondered if they might not take just one shot. But
I could see them doing that, although if you're going to do that, you probably want to let the clock run down.
They'll stay in the eye. Skripsik will snap it with 18 on the clock. He'll keep it on the ground. A hard inside run by Klaus forward for another yard to the 31, and that will likely be the final play of the half. Well, little good mixed with a little bad for the offense at times in the first half, but overall, can't complain at all about a 3-score lead going into halftime, 21-0, and boy, the defense for the Crusaders has been very dominant.
Yeah, those guys up front are doing a great job, and coming into the game, I was a little concerned about the Buhler secondary holding up as K-Mac was throwing it around the field, but Aaron, I think Coach Coles has got to be thrilled with those guys in the secondary and the effort that they have given here in the first half.
So 21-0 as we head to halftime here tonight at Augusta's Hillier Stadium. Buhler with a 3-score lead. Coming up, our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Our statistician Andrew Epp will recap our first half. And when we come back, we'll talk to Buhler volleyball coach Deidre Emmel. That is next here on HKFM.
Tonight's coverage of Crusader football continues next with the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Aaron and Chris recap tonight's first half, and we'll catch up with other coaches and athletes in This Week in Crusader Sports. 95.9 HKFM.
1 in 8 children live in households with at least one parent who has a substance use disorder. 1 in 10 children live in a household with at least one parent who has an alcohol use disorder. Rise Up Reno Prevention Network has programs in place to help kids build resilience. You can help too. Become a mentor in our Reno County schools, join our Rise Up Reno Coalition, or become a volunteer. Our kids are the most valuable asset we have. You can make a difference. Visit riseupreno.org to find out more. Rise Up Reno.
Hi, this is Cliff Ray with Ray & Sons Roofing Company, and today I brought our grandson, Brogan. Brogan, did you know Ray & Sons Roofing is 83 years old this year? Do you know what that means?
No, Papa.
It means we have a lot of experience. Brogan, did you know we have been the best of the best every year? You know what that means?
What, Papa?
People trust us, and that's a very good thing. For a free inspection or estimate, go to rayandsons.com.
Roof the right way to railway.
Are you done with punching the clock or constant work travel? Do you have 15 or more acres? Find freedom by joining a free-range egg brand, Happy Egg. Happy Egg is looking for growers to raise happy hens. Happy Egg offers startup and new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Work from home. Work for yourself. Feed America. Visit happyeggfarm.com today for more information. Happy Egg is a proud supporter of Reno County Athletics.
Are you considering putting up a fence, building a garage, adding onto your home, or purchasing ground? For all your surveying needs, contact Alpha Land Surveys in Hutchinson at 620-728-0012 or go to alphalandsurveys.com.
This is Derek Fees with APAC Kansas Shares Division. You know we do big projects, but we also want you to know we can help you with parking lots, driveways, and other projects at your home or business. Asphalt or concrete, we're here to help. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
Well, back on our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report from Augusta tonight, and our This Week in Crusader Sports. We talk Crusader volleyball with head volleyball coach Deidre Woodbury. Coach, thank you so much for some time.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the start to your season. Obviously, right out of the gate, you went and faced some bigger teams in Hutch and Garden City and Capon and got some experience there, but then came back and settled into league play and got some big wins this past week.
Yes, it's been pretty exciting. We used that first tournament to really figure some things out, tried a bunch of different lineups to just really experiment what was that court.
getting to in, and it's a great accomplishment for our kids.
It is very much a great accomplishment, and we do play in it. The people come out just to be fresh and create our own identity for this season and who we want to be and who we're going to be has been a lot of fun to be a part of and watch.
A little bit of extra. There's a bullpup team in there too that you beat, so a little bit of extra motivation there. Of course, Mulvane, Winfield, very good opponents. Just talk about here early on the improvements that you've seen with your team and what's helping your girls be successful.
This season, what we have seen a lot of is very high energy practices. We have a large number of returners, and so our practices are highly competitive. Our drills are really competitive, and the girls are really just pushing each other every minute of every practice. And so we're seeing that growth and development come from the skill set at the practice level, and then just the energy and love and joy that they're playing with this season. You know, we have some newcomers into the program that have really just been a spark for just the love and joy and excitement and fun of playing the game. And so that's been fun to watch spread through all of the girls.
Yeah, there has to be this healthy balance, right? Obviously, that competitive nature, but at the same time, you have to enjoy what you're doing, I think, a little bit too.
Yes, I agree. And know that it's okay to get excited and just be animated and amped up, that it's okay to show those emotions on the court. And that's what we're seeing. And it's just taken the team to a whole new level of play.
Got a pretty decent-sized group of seniors this year, Coach. Talk about some of your upperclassmen leaders and what they bring to the team.
Oh gosh, I could go on and on about this senior class. They've been a joy to watch grow. You know, Brianne Ruda is our setter, and she runs our offense, and she's our captain, and she just does a phenomenal job of knowing how to talk to each of her teammates when it's needed and where to put the ball. Natalia Crafels is just doing her thing, having a great time. It looks like she's having more fun playing this year than she has in the past. So that's great to see. You know, we have Gracie Ord come back playing any role. She's played multiple roles for us, played multiple positions this season. Braylon and Ellie in the GS position are just working hard and pushing each other and pushing their hitters and their teammates to make the best play. And then we have Charlie, who, darn it, you know, she got injured and is out for the season, but she is still very much involved in our practices and in our games. And she's like our assistant coach in some games, just up on that sideline, always talking to the girls in between plays. It's really great to watch how they've all taken on a different leadership role to bring out the best in each other and their teammates.
Hopefully that is infectious, right? It spreads to your younger kids too. So
yes, and it certainly has. The younger girls that we have playing, it certainly has spread.
Absolutely. Well, and this senior class, one of your first, right, to go all the way through since you came to Buhler. So as you've been able to build the program.
Yes, and they got thrown in to the Wolves at the varsity level as freshmen. So it's been fun to watch them work through all of the struggles and fails and believe in the process, and to see what's happening now is very rewarding.
All right, Coach. Well, I guess just maybe take a look ahead. What's coming up for you guys? You'll see Mulvane, I think, again in the near future, and you've got Wellington, Andale on the horizon as too. What's the next couple of weeks look like for you guys?
Well, next Tuesday we go to Wellington, and we have Wellington and Clearwater, and they are both in the top 10 in the most recent KVA rankings, which I think is going to be the case for us every week coming up. So,
sure.
You know, and then we just keep rolling. We don't ever really have an off. Consistency on our side of the court and see where that takes us, because we're doing some really amazing things right now, and I'm looking forward to the continued growth.
It really is amazing when you look at Divisions 3 and 4 of the AVCTL, just how tough the competition is up and down. Every school, it seems like, have really good programs, and hopefully that gets you well prepared for the postseason.
Absolutely. It is definitely a tough schedule, but it makes us very prepared for sub-state. So we battle in this league, then we can beat anyone.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the early success. Good luck on Tuesday, and we'll be following. Have a great year, okay?
Thank you.
That is head volleyball coach Deidre Woodbury with us here on our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. We'll have more coming up right after this.
More of the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report is coming up after this. Find exclusive stories highlighting Crusader athletics at AdAstraRadio.com. 95.9 HKFM. The Buhler Crusaders play here.
Ocelots, eagles, and otters, oh my! Come see all the animals at the Hutchinson Zoo. Ride the train, visit the gift shop, or even host a birthday party. The Hutchinson Zoo creates experiences for children and families to learn, engage, and conserve the natural world. Plan your visit today by checking out hutchinsonzoo.org and follow Hutchinson Zoo on social media, located in Cary Park.
Looking for something to do? Check out the Hutchinson Zoo.
In 1975, Louis Hebert converted Sinclair Service Station to the Medicine Shop at the corner of 14th and Main. Nearly half a century later, the Hutch Medicine Shop is the only independent drugstore that remains in Hutchinson. Remember Cog Hill Drugstore, Key Health Mart, and Self-Service Drug? The Medicine Shop is proud to carry the torch for those local drugstores of the past. Thank you for caring for local businesses like the Hutchinson Medicine Shop. With your support, the Hutch Med Shop will continue to thrive.
Even when you know the end is near, saying goodbye can be difficult. Hospice and Home Care of Reno County can help your family. Focus on making the time you have left the best it can be, whether it's at home, in a nursing facility, or in the comfortable atmosphere of Hospice House. The hospice staff will help guide you through those difficult decisions. Hospice and Home Care of Reno County, your local not-for-profit agency, serving a 50-mile radius of Hutchinson, a member of Hutchinson Regional Healthcare System.
We're making more than just sweets at the Bakery House and Catering Company. Boxed lunches for local and freezer meals for family.
AFM.
And back here on our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report, 21-0 at the half. We'll get some first half stats coming up here momentarily from our statistician, Andrew Epp. Matt, thoughts on the first half? I thought at times the offense looked pretty good. A couple of penalties that a few other mistakes here and there that set them back, or it could maybe be 2 or 3 more score the lead here at halftime, but certainly those are things early in the year that you would expect as the offense is still trying to come together. Overall, though, a solid first half, 21-0.
Yeah, I thought that kind of late first quarter, early second quarter, they were really kind of dedicated themselves, sold out to the run. Thought Ben started finding some bigger holes to be running up in, and not just that, but they were getting such a good push up front, made his life a little easier, getting some chunk plays. That was good. Buhler was staying on schedule. I think there's still some ground that must be gained in the passing game. They just There's been a couple of things. That fourth down play to Cash over on the far sideline I thought was a fantastic play and an outstanding throw by Brendan. They ran a little counter pass play this way earlier in the half where I thought Nick was open, and Brendan didn't throw it to Nick, was looking for something else downfield that never materialized. Now they ran that same play again later in the half, and that was that completion to Jax. That was a fantastic throw and catch. So there's good stuff. There's some not so, there's just kind of some okay stuff. I think Coach would like to see that be a little more consistent, but I mean, you said it at the end of the first half, it's hard to be too gritchy when you're up 3 scores at halftime.
Absolutely. And then, boy, on the defensive end, they have been fantastic defensively.
Oh, yeah. Secondary has been really something to behold. They've covered so much ground, and they've done it really quickly.
All right, 21-0 here at the half from Augusta. We'll head to Great Bend coming up next Friday night. Reminder to join us Monday nights at 6:30 for our Crusader Coaches Show. We'll be live from Taco John's, 6:30 Monday night with Coach Steve Warner and company here on HKFM as we get first half numbers from Andrew. And, buddy, I guess I don't want to put you on the spot. What I'm curious about is the two teams combined. How many third downs were converted? Couldn't have been very many in that first half. Between the two, just one.
Yeah, and that was by Augusta. Buhler 0 for 5, Augusta 1 for 8.
Wow. That was third down was not kind to either team there in the first half. How about some other first half numbers, pal?
Well, I'm trying to get the last part of this. 40, let's see.
You got a lot going on there on that sheet, my friend.
Okay, so 149 total yards for Buhler, just 49 for Augusta. Score is 21-0. Crusaders have the lead. Rushing, Ben Klaus leads the way with 17 rushes for 115, 2 touchdowns, 1 from 4, 1 from 11. The Crusaders, 24 carries for 116 yards, about 4.8 yards per carry for Buhler. Nick Gazaway, 3 rushes for 10 yards, including that 6-yard touchdown. Keep the legs moving on that one. Brendan Skripczyk, 4 rushes for -9, but don't let those numbers be deceiving to you because he had 2 beautiful triple options where he's not going to get any rushing yards on the play, but they resulted in an 11-yard touchdown for Ben Klaus and a 19-yard first down run for Ben. On the ground, Augusta had 6 rushes for -2 yards combined, along of 8 from number 1 Brody Haskell. Passing, Brendan Skripczyk, 3 for 33 yards. That was a 14-yarder to Cash Carson for a big first down on 4th and 12. Jackson Pratt had his first catch for 14 yards, and Ben Klaus had a 5-yard screen pass reception. Cade Kamick for Augusta threw the ball a lot, only 4 completions for him for 49 yards. All 49 went to, boy, I had that right here. Number 1, which is Brody Haskell. And first downs, Buhler had 5, Augusta had 2. But the story, I think, for the first half defensively, Jackson Pratt, who I mentioned had a 14-yard catch, also had 3 tackles. Not a lot of tackles to go around when they're throwing the ball that much. 2 tackles for a loss, 1 sack, 2 quarterback hurries, a pass breakup. I had him in on that forced fumble along with Jacob Miller. And Jacob, 3 tackles, including that forced fumble and the stop on the fake punt right before the first down for Augusta. Penalties, I have Buhler 4 for 37 and Augusta 3 for 27 and just 1 turnover. That was a first quarter fumble by Augusta. And that's what I got for the first half stats.
All right, pal. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Second half begins next here on HKFM.
You're listening to the Prairie Bank of Kansas Halftime Report. Prairie Bank of Kansas, your locally owned full-service bank since 1886. Tonight's second half kickoff is coming up next. Crusader football on HKFM.
Hi, I'm Carly Sutton with First Bank Kansas. Are you ready to transform your home and life? Unlock the potential of your home with a home equity line of credit from your trusted partners at First Bank Kansas. Whether it's renovating your space, planning the vacation of a lifetime, freeing up your budget, our flexible options empower you to make it happen. Your dreams, your way. Contact us today and discover the possibilities. First Bank Kansas, your key to unlocking a world of possibilities. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth, Crusader football on KWHK Hutchinson. We'll start the second half. Augusta will kick off from the 40. Buhler leading 21-0. Live streaming tonight on the Ad Astra Radio app. Also, live video coverage at astraradio.com/TV, powered by Next Tech Wireless. And short kick to the 35. That is where Buhler will start with the football as we begin this second half. Crusaders 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half. And well, that was the interesting stat that Andrew gave there, Matt. Between the two teams, only 1 third down converted in that first half. See if we can step that up a little bit here in half number 2.
That'd be good. Started off well. A little squib kick. Logan Snyder fell on it, did the right thing. Just fall on it, protect the ball. Buhler with pretty good field position.
High formation, right hash mark left to right from their own 35. Fumble, and Brendan goes diving after it. Got rammed into by a defender. Orioles say they have the football. We'll await the official ruling. It is just by a whisker. Buhler football. Brendan Skripczyk. A couple of different times tonight we've had a little bit of a tough exchange there on that snap. And Brendan able to save it. Buhler will keep it, but a loss of 3 yards.
Yeah, they were setting up for the option. The mistake happened there on the mesh. I don't know if Brendan was trying to pull it, Nick trying to keep it, but a little miscommunication. Buhler fortunate that Brendan was able to wrestle that one away.
Second down and 13. Brendan Skripczyk in the option. Pitches hit in the backfield, incomplete. Brendan got hit on the pitch, and then Klaus got hit before he could get to the football. It'll be third down and long, and 2 back-to-back plays where Augusta amping up the pressure.
Yeah, they tried that same play, the option left. Brendan kind of a late hit. He took a thumping, and then Ben takes the thumping. It separated him from the ball. That is such a hard place to be for the quarterback. If you can see that you haven't isolated the defender, you probably just got to eat that and not put your running back in that spot.
So third down and 13. They'll go to shotgun look. Klaus on the left hip. Brendan out of the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 left. They're going to keep it with Ben running to the right side across the 35. They'll get back across the original line of scrimmage. Buhler has still not converted on a third down tonight.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to punt it away.
That front 7 for Augusta is starting to figure some stuff out, getting good pressure on Buhler. Buhler's going to have to be able to throw the ball at some point tonight to soften up that defense.
So Skripczyk will come on to punt it away. Augusta's return man is Brecken Albert back at his own 30. Good kick here by Brendan. Albert will take it at the 30, return it from there. Gets a good block. Far side 40, 45, 50. One man to beat, that's the punter. Beats Skripczyk. Caught from behind though. Slowed him down getting around Skripczyk, but a fantastic return. And Augusta's going to have it in the red zone. First and 10 at the Buhler 15-yard line.
Boy, and it's really been all night long in the return game where Augusta's had their most success. Kickoff returns have been good. That time a fantastic return off the punt. It was a pretty good punt, but the punt was beyond the coverage. Gave Albert a little bit of time to get his momentum going. really good play. Now Buhler's defense going to have to hold up here.
Augusta trying to score for the first time tonight. 1st and 10 from the Buhler 15. Came back out of the gun. 2 receivers right, 1 left, and wrapped up and ripped down to the backfield. First carry of the night for the fullback, Gabe Coles. And he is met for a loss. That front 7 by the Black Knights continues to be stiff back to the 18-yard line. It's a loss of 3, 2nd down and long.
Boy, another fantastic play by Jax Pratt. Just came right down the line and wrapped up Coles.
So 2nd and 13. K-back pressured again. Eludes pressure, takes off, and turns something into nothing. Driven out of bounds. He was smacked out of bounds. They're going to call that.
And there's 2 flags now.
2 flags come out. And K-Mac is down. Borderline whether that's a late hit or not, as K-Mac was headed for the sideline and he got trucked. I did not see who laid the hit. Flag came out.
I can tell you Coach Coles has somebody and is giving him a hefty chewing. I thought it may have been Jeremy Gentry on the initial hit, but I'm not positive. It's the far side of the field. It's kind of hard for us to tell.
And K-Mac is going to get up. He got walloped. Our injury timeouts this year brought to you by Pile Law. If you've been injured at work or in a motor vehicle accident, call Pile Law. 241-9000. Tom works to get you the benefits you deserve. Good to see Cade K-Mac come off the field. Now there are 2 penalty flags. One is going to be the late hit, the unsportsman. What is the second flag for?
I think they must have both been on, both of them on Buhler. One on the late hit and one for the extracurriculars after.
Going to be half the distance, 1st and goal at the 4.
Yeah, Buhler really showing a lack of discipline. Not the late hit is one thing if you thought you had a chance to hit him. The problem is once everybody, Augusta rightfully is protecting their quarterback, they go, they're yelling. Yeah. You just can't get involved in that.
Well,
extra
you go
stuff.
back to the beginning of that play. They had K-Mac.
Boy, coach is coming out here to ask somebody a question.
You go back to the beginning of that play, Matt. They had K-Mac sacked for a loss, and somehow he squirted free out of it and was able to get downfield, angling toward the Buhler sideline, toward the first down stick. And right on the boundary, he got hit hard, and they called it unsportsmanlike, late hit. Augusta out of the gun, and now
I thought K-Mac,
the whistle is blown.
If he was out for an injury, doesn't he have to take a play off?
He has to come out of the game.
Yeah, I think he does too.
Injured player must come out of the game.
This will be Jet Highfill, 5'7" sophomore that comes in for a play at quarterback.
I think that they could have left him in there had they called the timeout. But, of course, the Augusta coaching staff doesn't want to burn a timeout with 10 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
21-0 Crusaders, 1st and goal. This is Highfill, the backup quarterback. Out of the eye, single receivers, single back set. They put a receiver in motion.
There's a false start on the right tackle.
A false start. That'll move Augusta back. Well, new quarterback, different cadence. And just a timing issue there as Augusta's going to have to march back 5.
Will Haanen came up limping pretty good. I think he got leg whipped.
Well, that'll get Highfill out of the game, and K-Mac comes back in.
Will Haanen checks out of the game. I can't tell who's coming in to take his spot. It looks like Asher McConaughey. So Asher McConaughey will come in, the sophomore, take over a middle linebacker. Hopefully Will's okay.
With the penalty, it'll be 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. K-Mac works out of the gun. Coles is the fullback in the backfield, actually lined up behind the quarterback. 3 receivers left, 1 right. It is Coles, and he is lit up in the backfield. Hello, Jacob Miller. Wow.
That was an absolute tattoo job that Jacob Miller gave to Coles. Coles took the ball, and Jacob decleated him. Wow, what a play.
Somebody missed a blocking assignment.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Wow. Drops Coles back to the 11. It'll be 2nd and goal from there. Down to 9:09 to go in the 3rd. Buhler still leading 21-0.
Well, this game has taken a decidedly physical turn.
K-Mac out of the gun. Trips left again. Fumbled the snap. He's going to fall on it. Man, I hadn't thought about this before. As he falls back on it at the 18, we've seen both teams with just some unusual miscues tonight. It is Friday the 13th.
There you go. Now, interesting. Fourth down, isn't it?
Should be third down.
Third down.
So it'll be third down and long, I believe. So they've got fourth down on the scoreboard. Side marker shows third down. I think that is correct. I think it's third and long.
Well, huge
out of that
play.
gun. 4 wide receiver set, pressure off the edges. Over the middle, the throw, it is caught. Touchdown, Augusta.
That's a really good throw by K-Mac.
Brecken Albert got free at the last second, diving into the end zone for the touchdown, and Augusta gets on the board.
Albert was back there, and K-Mac threw Albert open. He had 3 Buhler defenders to the left, and he threw Albert to the right. That was actually really a fantastic play by K-Mac. And Buhler looked like they may be able to avoid trouble, but not able to get away from it. So a couple of key mistakes cost Buhler 6.
An 18-yard touchdown pass, 8:15 to go in the third quarter. Brecken Albert from Cade K-Mac. And now Raymond Cox will come on for the PAT. From the 10, gets it up and through. And 8:15 to go in the third. Augusta has broken it through on the scoreboard. 21-7. Buhler still leads from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Back after this on HKFM.
1947. It was the year the McKenzie Paint and Body Shop opened for business. That's over 70 years they've been serving the Mid-Kansas area with quality workmanship, excellent refinishing, paint, and restoration. McKenzie Paint and Body Shop specializes in foreign and domestic vehicles. Insurance claims are welcome, and 24-hour towing and recovery service is available. At McKenzie Paint and Body Shop, they take the dents out of accidents. Just over the bridge at 45 Kansas Avenue in South Hutchinson.
Blue Stem Pace, with locations in McPherson and Hutchinson, is taking referrals now. At Blue Stem Pace, a program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, people age 55 and better with complex medical issues can take advantage of services to better manage medical issues and have opportunities for social activities, prepared meals, and more. Don't face your health challenges alone. Blue Stem Pace is ready to help seniors live well at home. Learn more by calling 844-588-7223 or go to www.bluestempace.org.
95.9 HKFM.
Here's a kickoff return after the Augusta touchdown to make it 21-7. It's going to be a short kick fallen on at the 45. Interesting there that you go with the squib and set up pretty decent field position. You've just kind of gotten some momentum back in the game, and now you give your opponent really pretty decent field position.
Yeah, that was a curious decision. Kicked it right at Jackson Rumbaugh. Jackson did a nice job just to fall on it, similar to Logan the possession before, but I agree. Kick it deep, make Buhler go all the way up the field.
Buhler from their own 45. This is Mitchell McDaniel with his first touch of the night. Spins out of a tackle free at the 40, 35 far sideline, and up to the 30-yard line. So they finally get the ball into the hands of Mitchell McDaniel, and he makes a big play. Let's see where they mark him out, near the Augusta 30.
So explosive, so athletic. Doesn't go down easily on that first hit. They're able to get him out in space. It is really tough for a linebacker or a defensive back to tackle Mitchell in open space, hat on hat. So I would sure expect they will try to get him the ball again. I would also think if you can fake that jet sweep with him now, Augusta's really going to have to respect it.
It's a gain of 24. Here's Klaus with a big run up the middle. He breaks out of a couple of tackles, has another First National Bank first down. First National, first for you, up to the 19-yard line. Make it to, the 21-yard line. That should move the sticks. Another gain of 10. And just like that, you gave them good field position, a couple of plays, and you're set up in the red zone.
Yeah, that's a really curious decision. That squib kick, that little onside attempt by Augusta was a curious decision, and Buhler is threatening already.
Out of the I formation, 2 receivers left. This is Klaus up the middle again. Squirts free. Stumbles his way to the goal line. They're going to mark him down where?
He got the 1.
He ended up in the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line after another very nice run from Ben Klaus of 20 yards. And another First National Bank first down.
The Buhler offensive line really opening up some holes. Ben with 2 hard runs after that jet sweep to Mitchell.
So 1st and goal. Buhler looking for its first score of the second half. 7:02 to go in the third. Up 21-7. They'll go with that jumbo package. 3 backs stacked behind Skripczyk. It'll be Klaus who gets the ball, and he's going to be tackled down for a loss of 1 at the 2-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and goal.
But Jacob Miller with a huge lead block. Just not able to block everybody, but that a defensive end, number 51 on the right side, looked like Gavin Ralston took a wallop from Jacob. But this Augusta defensive front is holding up in tight yardage situations, has been all night.
Augusta runs a 4-2-5, 2nd and goal from the 2. They'll stay in the big package, and this time Ben does get into the end zone. A 2-yard touchdown run. Touchdown, Crusaders.
So a 5-play touchdown drive answers after Augusta puts their first points on. And Aaron, I think even appropriate again to question that decision. Curious decision to not kick the ball deep.
I think an important answer, too. With the late hit and the touchdown, you've given your opponent some momentum. Really super important to come back and seize that momentum right back, and right back up by 3 scores with the extra point. It's 28-7. 6:12 to go here in the third from Augusta. The Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HK-FM.
Bank of the Plains, founded in 1906, has kept its tradition of serving fellow Kansans with integrity and innovation. Today, the bank continues to uphold these same values as they did 117 years ago. We'd like to visit with you in person, so please come by 517 East 30th in Hutch to learn more. Making your success simple. Bank of the Plains, an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Ocelots, eagles, and otters, oh my! Come see all the animals at the Hutchinson Zoo. Ride the train, visit the gift shop, or even host a birthday party. The Hutchinson Zoo creates experiences for children and families to learn, engage, and conserve the natural world. Plan your visit today by checking out hutchinsonzoo.org and follow Hutchinson Zoo on social media, located in Cary Park.
Looking for something to do? Check out the Hutchinson Zoo.
95.9 HKFM.
6:12 to go here in half number 2, quarter number 3. 28-7 with the third touchdown of the night by Benjamin Klaus. Buhler got good field position and 5 plays quickly back out of the end zone.
This is a spot in kick coverage where Buhler has struggled tonight. We'll see what kind of adjustment they made at halftime.
Jared Miller to kick off here, angling far side again. It'll be Haskell. Takes it from the 10, coming across the field, gets another good block and gets up to the 29. I tell you what, Augusta's just done a really good job of blocking for their runners on those returns.
Yeah, and those guys are fast. Albert and Haskell, both those guys can really run.
It
so
makes a difference.
It does. Now, Buhler kind of lost their composure a little bit that last defensive drive. Will Haanen, good to see him back out there. So interested to see how Buhler responds now defensively.
1st and 10, receiver goes in motion. Oh, no, actually it was somebody late getting off the field. They had 12 men on the field. Low snap picked up by K-Mac, and that has to be a flag.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And here's the problem with that is they were looking for Haskell over the middle, and that's going to be on Paisano. Defensive pass interference. I don't think it was necessary. The throw was short.
Yeah.
As K-Mac had to pick a low snap up off the turf, just heaved it away. I don't think Haskell was going to catch that anyway.
I agree with you, but it was without a doubt the right call as Paisano had spun Haskell around.
And drug him to the turf.
Yeah, and really, I agree. That ball was not well thrown. I don't think there's any chance that's a completion.
Now, Paisano doesn't know, that there was a bad snap and all of that. Obviously, he's focused on following that receiver. But unfortunate as that will move the ball up across the 40 to the 43, and a sixth penalty in this game on the Crusaders.
So Haskell and Albert both on the right side now, although they're going to bring him across.
Haskell's going to go in motion, sets up trips left. K-Mac out of the gun, takes the snap. Pressure over the middle. Throw is almost picked off. Boy, a gamble. That's a pick six if it works out. Instead, it's a complete pass to Brackett Albert and a first down into Buhler territory at the 40. Well, you're going to gamble. You better make sure that you gamble right. And Buhler defender there came up empty.
Yeah, it was Mitchell. Mitchell dove to try to bat that pass away. Luckily, Jacob Miller, who runs super, I think, surprisingly well for a guy that's as big as he is, was able to push Albert out of bounds.
Forward to the Buhler 41. It'll be 1st and 10. 4 receivers, twins either side, and they'll hand it off. A rare running play tonight for Augusta, and it goes nowhere, and that's why they've been rare, because they've not been able to run the football. And flags out, and there is, oh my gosh, there are 2 players, an Augusta player and a Buhler player, actually now involved in a wrestling match in the middle of the field, and that might be a second flag comes out. Both those guys might get dinged.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. I saw a little bit of pushing. It was hard for me to tell who it was. The play, they faked the bubble screen this side and then ran a little draw play. Didn't go anywhere. But this is the second time in 2 defensive possessions that Buhler defenders have been undisciplined.
I don't know who it was for Buhler. It was Devin Carroll for Augusta, as he comes to the sideline and gets some friendly advice from his coach about possibly not doing that again. But Carroll was locked up in a wrestling match with somebody, and now you see on the Buhler sideline, coach has got his kids around him, and
both sidelines. I would sure imagine, too, this game is going to start to get called very, very close as the officials are going to want to get control of this.
Augusta the same as Coach Elliott's got his kids like, okay.
Guys, come on. Yeah.
Get our composure back. Friday the 13th. Are you superstitious at all, Matthew?
I'm not, but the way that they're running to the coaches, it leads me to believe that I think we may have a couple of guys that don't get to finish this one.
Pretty sure it was Carroll for Augusta. I did not see who the Buhler player was, but they were, it was full on WWF, locked up in the middle of the field.
So I would sure think those would end up being offsetting penalties.
Some words were exchanged, and then
there's still some confusion as the white hat is over with the Buhler coaching staff. Already have had coaches over with the Augusta coaching staff.
I can tell you that Carroll is the kid for Augusta. And again, I don't know yet who the Buhler kid was.
I don't believe that the official has a microphone, does he? So it may be hard for us to.
But the Augusta player is leaving the field. Officials taking some time to talk this over and try and get it right. Now they'll talk to both coaches. .28-7 clock is stopped with 5:17 to go here in the third. Each team with a touchdown here in the second half. Let's go to our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. We'll tell you that KU now leads UNLV 20-16. Still 10 and change left in the fourth. And I believe you're right. There has been a player from both sides ejected. Again, I do not know who the Buhler player is.
Well, I would think we'll be able to tell.
K-State still with a 14-7 lead over Arizona there at the half in Manhattan. And it's gone final. Kansas City in Pittsburgh tonight beats the Pirates 8-3 in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. That is win number 81 on the year for the Royals.
It must have been.
So a player from each side has been ejected.
I think it must have been, and I'm speculating here, but they've replaced Chase Gentry.
Sportsmanlike conduct is called on both teams.
With Logan Turner.
So I don't know.
I wonder if that's who it was.
I thought the number was a 50-something, but I could be wrong. First and 10 at the 41. The penalty's offset. K-Mac hit as he throws and overthrown. Boy, they could call another flag on that.
Yeah, Dylan
Skripsic got tangled up with the receiver.
And he never turned around to locate the ball.
And Breckett Albert, the intended target, down at the 10. And again, another situation where I'm going to tell you, Matt, because the quarterback is under pressure, he's not completing that pass anyway.
I agree. And Dylan really ended up, Albert turned around. They were almost face-to-face as Albert was trying to find and locate the ball.
On both of those interference penalties, K-Mac has just been heaving it for his life.
Yeah.
And so that'll be an automatic first down, move the ball to the 25.
Four players disqualified for Buhler, one for Augusta.
They just said that 4 players were removed, 4 different players for Buhler removed from the game, and 1 from Augusta. Here's a handoff. This is Coles, the fullback. Boy, what a strange night. I can tell you this. I am not looking forward to talking to Coach after the game.
Yeah, I would. I wonder if.
Because this is a win, a potential win if they hold on that won't feel like one, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it looks like most of the starters are still out there defensively, so I wonder if you didn't have a couple of guys jump in from the bench.
It could be. Tough stuff. Gain of 3 by Coles on the run. It'll be 2nd and 7 at the 22. They'll put Albert to receiver in motion here. K-Mac out of the gun, fakes the handoff, play action, steps up.
Oh, he's going to get killed.
And brought down at the 30-yard line. And Cash Carson, Chase Gentry there to lead the charge. The Cruz Hirschberger was in there with Cash.
Yeah, Cash did such a good job staying with the play, got blocked initially, and as K-Mac continued to come this way, moving to his left, trying to find somebody open, Cash just stuck with it.
Tackle made at the 30. We've got a Buhler player down at the 33. Can't tell the number there, Matt, but it appears to be cramping. And so another injury timeout here.
I think it's Nick Gazaway.
If you have been injured at work or in a motor vehicle accident, call Pile Law 241-9000. Tom works to get you the benefits you deserve. Let's take a quick break here. Step aside. 4:06 to go in the third. 28-7 here on HKFM.
Located at 705 West Kansas Avenue in McPherson and is ready to assist you with every aspect of your personal injury case. Tom and his staff have over 25 years of experience and work diligently to fight for the compensation you deserve. If you've been hurt at work or in a car or motorcycle wreck, call 620-241-9000 for a free consultation today. Evening and weekend appointments are available. Visit pilelaw.legal to find more information and rest assured you're moving in the right direction.
That was the Gazaway, Matt, who looked like just cramping.
Yeah, I would be my assumption. So trying to see who's going to come into that spot, that linebacker spot.
Miller's still out there. Hainan.
Looks like they brought in Paisano to play middle linebacker.
It'll be 3rd down and 16 here for Augusta out of the shotgun from the left hash mark. In Buhler territory, there's a throw over the middle. It is caught. Touchdown. K-Mac to Haskell for Augusta's 2nd score of the night. And this one goes for 22 yards. Correction, it's a 30-yard touchdown pass.
Really a pretty good throw. He put that right on his hands. Again, K-Mac's running for his life. Just that deep post, able to get past the defender.
Realize all of this, and we still have 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Buddy, we're going to be here a while.
Raymond Cox will come on for the extra point. Augusta's second score of the night.
Oh, that's a false start.
And a flag out and a false start on the Orioles. They'll move them back 5 yards and reset.
Owen Roberts, the 5'9" freshman, or sophomore rather.
Well, if you're just joining us, Buhler had a 3-score lead at the half of 21-0. Augusta, though, in the third quarter has outscored Buhler 14-7. 3 Ben Klaus rushing touchdowns tonight. Cade K-Mac has thrown for 2 for Augusta, so now they'll try the PAT from the 15. And Cox gets it up and through, and Augusta with a second score of the night. 3:59 to go in the third on Friday the 13th. It's been a little spooky out there from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. This is Crusader football on HKFM.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Devin.
Together
we are Stamatic of Central Kansas, with a new location at 209 North Main in downtown McPherson. We are here to help, offering water, fire, and smoke restoration, mold remediation, carpet and upholstery cleaning, as well as hard surfaces like tile and even grout cleaning. Don't forget about the places you can't see, like air ducts and dryer vents. Find us on Facebook or online at stamaticofcentralks.com for a free estimate to see how Stamatic of Central Kansas can help.
Honey, don't forget.
Call Stamatic, you'll be static.
The Anchor Inn and Anchor Away have been serving authentic Mexican food to Hutchinson and surrounding communities for over 35 years. Treat friends and family to the Anchor's legendary dishes in their large banquet room, famous buffet, and relaxed atmosphere. Open Monday through Saturday. For the same great food with the convenience of a drive-thru, visit Anchor Away and be in Adams. Like Anchor Inn and Anchor Away on Facebook for specials. Anchor Inn and Anchor Away, authentically delicious in downtown Hutchinson.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, Augusta will kick away. 28-14, Buhler leading. Far side at the 18-yard line. This is Carter Jones on a return across the 30, 35, and up to the 38-yard line. Well, a very chippy third quarter. Players ejected on both sides. We've had penalty markers all over the place tonight. Anything but a clean game for either team. And I don't think, win or lose, either coach is going to walk away from tonight pleased with the way that things have unfolded, particularly in this third quarter.
No, I would imagine there will be some extra conditioning happening in practice this week.
So Buhler out of the I formation. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the 38, and they'll hand it off. And not much there for Ben Klaus on the right side. This Augusta defense, despite the fact that they've given up 28 points, they're not bad.
No, Gabe Coles came through on the backside, able to chase Ben down. And I'm not really sure. It's hard to, without the benefit of video, to diagnose exactly what's happening. But I will say this, that front group, that defensive front for Augusta, is giving this Buhler offensive line everything that they want.
Ben gained a yard to the 39. It'll be 2nd down and 9. They're going to keep it on the ground. Here's Klaus across the 40. Hit, bounces off a tackler, and gains a couple of more yards. And forward progress up to the 44-yard line. And Buhler facing a 3rd down and 5.
Boy, in the middle of the field, I think you're definitely in a spot where you're going to have to punt if you don't pick it up. Buhler really needs to get some offensive momentum going.
Buhler's not converted a 3rd down tonight. Out of the eye, they'll play action, the fake. There's the throw, caught, far side. That is Pratt, I believe, is it not?
That or Gasaway, I had a hard time.
I think it's 3-4. Jax Pratt, the tight end.
That is. So his second catch of the night. be I think Jax Pratt is not a name I anticipated calling a ton tonight, but he sure has been good.
Had a couple of important catches. That one for a First National Bank first down across midfield to the 49. Quick rollout by Skripczyk out of that play action. And it's 1st and 10. We'll go inside 2 minutes to play here in the third. 28-14 Crusaders out of the eye, back to the ground. Here's Klaus, cuts right and then left and then back right.
Boy, what a good jump cut.
Good vision up to the 42. And he picks up 7 on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, that tackle made by Owen Roberts, but Owen Roberts got the worst end of that. As when you come to tackle Ben, you're probably going to get more than you bargained for, and he certainly did. What a great play. And they've moved Jax to fullback as Nick is still not returned to action.
So high formation, 2nd down and 3. Klaus scrambling, started inside, and then juked right outside, and he'll get another First National Bank first down across the 40 and up to the 38. So Gazaway went out on defense with what we think was cramps, and he has yet to come back into the game. And so Jax Pratt, who's primarily been the second tight end to Brady Gotti in the formation so far this year, moving to fullback.
Tell you what, on first down with Mitchell on this near side, I'd sure be curious if they don't try a jet sweep.
High formation, single receivers either side, right hash mark here going left to right. There's a play action. Brendan's going to keep it and runs up the middle, breaks out of an ankle tackle and falls forward. Good run for quarterback Brendan Skripczyk, falling forward to the 30-yard line. He picks up 8 on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
Well, a couple of times this possession where those defensive backs that are also receivers for Augusta, those fast guys, you're putting them in the middle of these tackles of these heavy Buhler carriers, these ball carriers. And that's, if you got guys that are running all over you offensively, make them start making tackles and see if it doesn't wear them out.
2nd down and 2 at the 30. 26 seconds to go here in the third. Brendan under center. Single receivers either side. Cash Carson at the top of the formation. It's going to be Skripczyk, who is met and a hit for a loss. They'll drop him back to the 31. That should be the final play, loss of a yard. Final play of the third quarter. Well, it was a messy third quarter. Augusta outscored Buhler in that third 12-minute period, 14-7. We'll see if we can clean it up in the fourth. Big third down when we come back from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. This is Crusader football on HKFM.
Hi, I'm Melanie Block. First National Bank is here to help your business by offering a variety of services to manage and improve your cash flow. Our business banking team is a trusted partner in the community, here to provide solutions to the challenges your business faces so you can achieve all your business goals. From small to large businesses, we have the knowledge and power to help you succeed. First National Bank of Hutchinson, always first for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You already know H&R Block does taxes, but you may not know you can get expert help in person or virtually, or that our tax pros average 10 years of experience, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. H&R Block in Hutchinson, Ellsworth, and Lyons.
We're here to keep you rolling. Rod's Tire and Service.
95.9 HKFM.
Back here from Augusta's Hillier Stadium to start quarter number 4. Buhler facing a 3rd down and 4 here. They'll go right to left toward the north end zone here in the fourth quarter. 3 rushing touchdowns for Ben Klaus, 1 for Nick Gazaway tonight. 21-0 at the half. Now 21-14 here as we start the fourth period. We'll talk about what is happening elsewhere in Crusader Athletics in this final quarter tonight. It's been a busy couple of weeks to start the year. Out of the I formation, 2 receivers left. This is Klaus. He's got the first down. Broke out of another tackle. How many missed tackles tonight? It's just so strong, so tough to bring down. Forward progress to the 26. And a gain of 5 moves the sticks. Another First National Bank first down.
Yeah, Chris always talks about it, but Ben does such a good job staying behind his pads. There's Nick Gazaway checking back in, so that's good to see. I think everybody's excited to see him back. Glad to see. Jax did a nice job, though, filling in for him at linebacker or at fullback. But Ben does such a good job staying behind his pads, and people will come up to tackle him, and more often than not, it's Ben that ends up delivering the blow.
Single back set here. Fullback offset to the left. Lined up at a wing, it's Gazaway, and he'll get the handoff and run between the tackles. A little power running as Nick comes back into the ball game. And forward progress up to the 22. It'll be a tough game next week. Of course, headed to Great Bend. Last time we were at Great Bend 2 years ago, Panthers broke a big, long losing streak. Gavin Patton, remember, got hurt, out for the year after that, and that's when they moved Mitchell McDaniel first to tailback in that game, out of the I formation. There's a pitch after the fake to Gazaway. It's Klaus to the right side, gets to the edge, first down, and scampering his way along the sideline. We'll see where they mark him out, right near the 10. It's another First National Bank first down. First National Bank of Hutch is first for you. They mark him out at the 5. It's first and goal.
Another option play to the right. Brendan made a really nice pitch. Made it so that Ben only had to have one guy to beat, cut back inside the defender, and then did a little tightrope down on the sideline. First and 5, first and goal from the 5. This feels like a pretty big moment in the game if Buhler can push another one in.
They want to throw on first down, caught, touchdown, Quentin Paisano, touchdown, Crusaders.
Well, they brought in that heavy formation that they've used just as a battering ram all day. Augusta was expecting it, and they put Quentin in single coverage on the outside, just a little easy outside move, a corner route, and no chance, and beautifully thrown ball by Brendan.
First catch of the year, first touchdown of the year for Quentin Paisano. Quentin had 25 catches for just over 300 yards and 2 scores last year. And Brendan puts it right on the money as Paisano was wide out to the left. And Jared Miller puts it right through the uprights. And Buhler adds a second score in the second half and extends their lead to 20 over Augusta, 34-14 as we're in the 4th, 10:30 to go in the game for the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. This is Crusader football on HK-FM.
Hey fans, this is Rachel Nelson. It's game time and I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. Spend your valuable time prepping for the game, not doing laundry. Keep your knit polos and khaki pants looking great. For the winning look, stop by I Need a Cleaners, 13th and Main in Hutchinson.
Insurance premiums gone up? Head to the Redinger Agency across from Bogies and Hutch to get the best rates on all your coverage, or go to RedingerAgency.com. Get your quote today at the Redinger Agency in Hutchinson, one stop for all your insurance needs.
Is it time to replace an old can light trim? Sunflower Electric Supply has a great option, an LED recessed downlight that also includes a night light. This innovative design is perfect for a bathroom, hallway, stairway, or kitchen, and is simple to install. The night light activates with the toggle of a light switch. Energy efficient and color selectable from warm to cool white with the bulbs already included. Only $28. Visit us at Sunflower Electric Supply in Hutchinson, Great Bend, or Liberal to get yours today.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard in MAC. Last score we had into third. MAC up a touchdown, 21-14. Tight game there in McPherson tonight. Late third. Wellington was leading Andale, but now in the 4th, Andale is up 40-34. Here's the kickoff. Back to the 5, fumbled by the return man. Picked up, returned to the 20-yard line. And that is where Augusta will start, 1st and 10 after the return by Roman Bridwell.
I think it was Paisano that got down there and actually was the first to get a hand on him. So busy couple of moments for Paisano, catches the touchdown and makes the tackle.
Well, the Buhler Black Knight defense had been very dominant before giving up those 2 scores in the third quarter, due in large part to penalties. See if they can clean that up here. Augusta from their own 22, 1st and 10, out of the gun with 4 wide receivers. And pump faking now. Cade K-Mac takes off, and he's going to be sacked back at the 20-yard line by guess who?
Yeah, it was
Numero
Cash,
uno.
But it was Logan Snyder who has subbed in on that defensive line that actually was the first to get a hand on K-Mac. Kind of spun him around. Cash finished it off. That's a great job by both those guys who've spent a lot of time together on the baseball field.
He does have a couple of touchdown passes tonight. K-Mac, he's hung in there tough, but man, he's also taken some hits tonight. Out of the gun once again. Tailback to his right, twins either side, scrambling, flag out, that's going to be holding. And the ball be thrown out of bounds, incomplete. Logan Snyder got into the backfield again, Matt, and
was held. And
that'll move Augusta back 10 yards.
Yeah, that's 2 plays in a row that Logan has created some real problem on that offensive front for Augusta. Good to see him get in and be a disruptive force.
So still Hainan, Gazaway, and Miller out there at linebacker. You've got Hirschberger up front along with Snyder, Carson, and Jax Pratt. Paisano, Gotti,
Skripsik,
and
Miller.
Jared Miller in the secondary. Second down in the 22. Out of the gun, trips right. They'll put Haskell in motion on the far side. Empty backfield set. They throw, ball high, bobbled and incomplete. A high throw intended on the far side at the 15-yard line for Brecken Albert. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and long.
That's really well defended by Jared Miller. Boy, and again for K-Mac, with Augusta having legitimately no running game, everybody knows what's happening. He's just going to drop back and try to sling it. Buhler defense can just pin its ears back and go get him.
4 receivers, 1 in motion on the 3rd down and long. K-Mac scrambling into his own end zone. Safety! Did the ball come loose?
I believe it did. Safety. There's the signal.
K-Mac tackled in the end zone on 3rd down and long. And a safety will result in 2 more points for the Crusaders.
I think that may have been Cash again.
So 35-14, now 37-14. Coach Elliott is out on the field asking for some sort of explanation from the officials. Like,
I think he thought K-Mac fumbled it.
Or tried to get rid of it as he was going down. Well, you don't want to fumble the ball because then, it could be a touchdown.
Yeah, it was picked up by an Oriole, but they had whistled it dead.
So the safety and then a free kick will be coming here with 9:25 to go here in the 4th quarter. Well, our soccer team is in action tomorrow. They 1-1 at the start of the year. They've got campus tomorrow in the finals of the Goddard tournament. They won 8-0 earlier this week in action there. Of course, talked with Coach Deidre Woodbury. Our volleyball team swept Mulvane and McPherson earlier this week. Beat Mac 21-21-16, 25-21-25. And then they beat Mulvane in straight sets, 25-25 and 12-24.
Boy, anytime you can beat McPherson in anything,
that's a good day.
That's a good day.
And ABCTL is a very, very tough volleyball league. Very good.
Name me a sport it's not tough in.
This is true.
It looks like it's going to be Dylan Skripsic and Carter back to return.
So Augusta with a free kick from their 20 here after the safety. Skripsic and Jones, and they're going to kick it short. And Buhler's going to have brilliant field position here as it's going to be down at the 31-yard line.
Just tried to onside it again. That ball was recovered by looked like Tucker Schlatter.
So Buhler ball chance to add to a 37-14 lead here. 9:25 to go in the game, fourth quarter. Crusaders will have it from the Augusta 31-yard line.
So just got some word from upstairs. It was actually Jack Spratt on the safety. I think you may have a player of the game.
Very well could be.
In the making. Oh, what a block.
From the Augusta 31, great block on the edge. Ben Klaus spins out of a tackle, then he gets double teamed and brought to the turf just shy of the 15, down at the 16-yard line.
A fantastic block, lead block by Jacob Miller on that.
Gain of 15 yards for Ben Klaus. And a First National Bank first down, move the chains. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line, the left hash mark. Cross country, boys finished 5th, girls 5th at the Great Bend meet last week. And both teams will be headed to Wamego. If you want to ride, Matt, the bus leaves tomorrow morning at 5:15.
That is so kind of you to offer, but I will pass.
McDaniel lined up at a wing here, the eye on 1st and 10 from the 16. Here is Klaus trying to get to the edge. Eluding tackler somehow gets forward to the 11. The kid is just so tough to bring down.
He just does not go down at first contact.
Gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Golf this week at the Andover Central Invitational. Finished 9th as a team. Addison Specht tied for 24th. And our tennis team back on the 3rd went to Wellington and finished 3rd. Emily Allen 1st in 2 singles. Addie Tech and Hannah Canast were 1st in number 2 doubles. 2nd and 5 at the 11-yard line. Out of the eye, they go with a wing right in Jacob Miller. It's Klaus again inside the 10, inside the 5, and it's going to be 1st and goal down at the 2-yard line.
Boy, Klaus is just starting to churn up yardage.
Another First National Bank first down. I suppose the score here and some of those guys like Klaus begin to come out of the game?
Yeah, I would sure think so. I know coaches usually are a little reluctant to start doing that for fear that something may happen, but certainly would think that it'd probably be about time to do that.
Out of the jumbo package on 1st and goal, and Ben Klaus, there's a flag out on the far side. Ben Klaus had 2 Orioles on his back, and he was being pushed from behind by a couple of his own guys. Got down to the 2. We'll see what the flag is. Well, there's been a lot of laundry tonight.
So they actually gave an offsides on the offense. They must have had somebody lined up.
That'll mark the ball back to the 7-yard line.
Not a signal you see a whole lot.
Loss of 5. It'll be 2nd and rather 1st and goal back at the 7 now.
First down, goal to go, Crusaders.
Buhler breaks the huddle with 7:09 here left in the game. And they'll hand it off to the fullback.
They have tried. They've tried that play, that option mesh right there. And that has not been good tonight. That's a thing they're going to have to fix.
No gain on the play by Ben Gasaway.
Yeah, there's some indecision between Ben and between Brendan, and it's causing that decision to be made slow, and it's allowing the defense to react a step faster than they would like it to.
K-State leading Arizona 21-7 in the third. KU in trouble again for a second straight week. Down a field goal with 1:30 to go. 23-20 UNLV. KU's got it 4th and 1 at their own 34. Here's a pitch to Klaus. Touchdown, left side. Touchdown, Crusaders. A 4th touchdown run tonight by Ben Klaus.
Boy, Ben wasn't really touched until he got way down inside there. That's a good run by Ben and a great job blocking up front by the big guys.
6:11 here to go in the game. Ben with 4 scores tonight. Jared Miller will come on for the extra point. 5 touchdowns on the year, now 26 for his career. Make that 25, and blocked kick here. That'll be the first miss of the season by Jared Miller. He'd been perfect before that. So 6:11 left to go in the game. Buhler 43, Augusta 14. From the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Cupcakes, cookies, cake, oh my. Holly here with Holly Sweet Treats. Come down to my shop at 205 South Main in Hutchinson for sweet treats and fun last-minute gifts. We also offer daily lunch specials, sandwiches, salads, and fresh-baked bread. Call us at 888-YUM.
Ready to make a move? Plaza Astle Realty is here to help whether buying or selling your home. With 24 professional agents, you'll be in good hands. Contact Plaza Astle today, locally owned and brokered for over 40 years. We specialize in sold.
At Midway Motors, we are here for you for every mile of life. Whether you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or selling one, Midway Motors will buy your vehicle even if you're not in the market to buy one of ours. Just stop by one of our 5 locations and one of our appraisers will evaluate your vehicle and you can leave with a check the same day. It's fast and easy. Visit MidwayMotors.com for more information. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
95.9 HKFM.
43-14, 6:11 to go in the game. Some final scores starting to come in from elsewhere tonight. As Jared Miller will low line drive, and it gets off the hands of the return man and goes into the end zone for a touchback. Bounced away from Bridwell, and Augusta will start at their own 20. Mulvane put up 61, Matt, on Independence tonight, 61-14.
Wow. That's sure
losing last
I'd love to know what Fisher did in that game.
Hutch High beat Valley Center 13-0 tonight. Derby 77, Campus nothing. Ouch.
Wow. Well, that's a spanking.
6:11 left to go in the game. Augusta from their own 20. And Cade came back out of the gun. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Single back set. They'll put receiver in motion, right to left. That is Albert. Here's the snap. It's high. Brought down by K-Mac in the pitch. Hunter West goes nowhere. In fact, well, he does go somewhere the wrong direction.
Well, what a play by
brought down at the 10.
A play by Jacob Miller. He just read that all the way, wrapped him up, left him nowhere to go.
Officially mark it out of the 15 and a loss of 5. It'll be second down and 15. Into third, Wamego was leading Rock Creek 20-0. Clearwater 29, El Dorado 7 after 3. Abilene leading Chapman 42-0. Heston leading Hoisington 21-16. Again, the last score we had into third, McPherson 21, Circle 14. Second and 15 here for Augusta. 4 wide receivers. And a throw over the middle. And Brady Gotti gets there right as the ball arrives to the intended receiver at the 18. That is Sullivan, incomplete. It'll be third down.
Brady has done that a number of times tonight. Really well-timed defense. I think Jacob may have gotten a hand in there too. And I think
Chanute beat Augusta last week. They lead Coffeyville. That was a halftime score, 20-0. Some other scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Here's the throw on third down out in the flat. Flag is out. That's going to be holding. Pass complete. Short gain to Brecken Albert on the far side. Out of bounds at the 22. There's a flag back in the backfield, though. back at the 10-yard line.
It's a flag here. There was also a hold on the far side of the field, but I didn't see a flag come out there.
A pass out of the flat to the far side to Albert. Well shy of the first down stick. If
they went over to ask coach, I would imagine they're going to.
It is a hold on the Orioles. They'll negate the penalty, so we're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of 4th down and 9 here. And the Orioles are going to bring the punting unit on the field. They call forward progress up to the 21. It's a gain of 6. It'll be 4th down.
Boy, it wasn't that long ago, Aaron, that this thing felt like it was going to turn into a game.
It's just a 2-score lead there in the third quarter. But
and Augusta had all the momentum.
Remember they had that really short punt or
yeah.
Actually, excuse me, really short kickoff. Here's the punt by Haskell. Nobody back for Buhler, anticipating potentially a fake punt. And it's going to be down back behind the Buhler 30 at the 27-yard line. Yeah, they had that short kickoff after they scored the touchdown, gave Buhler great field position. Buhler 3 plays right back into the end zone and re-seized control of this game.
Looks like we got JV offense coming in.
So 5 minutes to play in the fourth. And Buhler from its own 21-yard line as we'll have some new names and numbers to talk about here late in this game. Varsity guys are done for the night. Boy, there's a ton of potential over there on that sideline. And I mean, they could have a really good season. But certainly some things that Coach will want cleaned up before they go to Great Bend next week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think the thing for me, it's 2 weeks in a row where you've had way too many extracurriculars. Unsportsmanlike, late hits, that's not that kind of stuff just can't happen against really, really good teams in closely contested games. That'll cost you.
I'll start from the 16. Asher Zachary in at quarterback, hands off. And not much there, gain to the 15. So they're actually starting the 14. That's Carter Jones in at tailback. Gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd down. Clock running, 4:40 to go here. 43-14, Crusaders with the lead.
There we are on the play, 2nd down, 9 to go, Buhler on the 15-yard line.
2nd and 9 at the 15. And the handoff up the middle, nice spin move.
For sure.
Some extra yards there. That's 42. I honestly could tell you I'm not sure who 42 is.
42, I believe, is Nate Nugent.
Very good for Buhler, push down.
If memory serves me right. I don't think it's that.
He's listed in our roster as 40.
Yeah, I don't think that's right. I think.
Well, if it's not Nate Nugent just got his name on the radio.
There you go.
Nice run, though, all the way up to the 24-yard line and a First National Bank first down. Move the sticks. 3:41 to go in the game. Out of the I formation. Carter Jones banks off a tackler. He was stuffed for a loss.
That's a nice run by Carter.
Keeps his legs turning and gets across the 30 to the 31. Very nice run there by Carter Jones.
Yeah, it's a nice job by Carter. And here's the thing. Throughout the course of the season, you have enough guys that get banged up that you may have a spot where those guys that are 2 and 3 deep may have to play. So these reps are really important.
Charles Hendricks in at receiver now, split out to the left side. He is out there along with Noah Hayes. 2 receivers left, out of the eye on 2nd down and 3. They're going to pitch it left. This is Jones, and brought down from behind at the 31-yard line, and no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Thoughts on our Happy Egg Company excellent play of the game. Normally I try to call that in the flow, but it's been one of those wonky nights tonight with lots of things happening on the field. That the 4th down pass in the first half to Cash Carson was a pretty big play.
Huge play. Buhler was struggling to get anything going offensively, and a little out route right at the sticks.
That led to their second touchdown of the night back early in the second quarter.
Yeah, that was I think I agree with you. That was a play that seemed to kind of set some momentum for Buhler.
Third down here, and Jones runs for a first down, breaks out of a tackle. He's at midfield, far side,
what a good
and
run.
out of bounds near the 45. Good run by Carter Jones as he showed some speed there, and they'll mark him out where? Officially out at the 42. Big run by Carter, and it's 1st and 10.
Good to see those JV guys have a little success moving the ball. Fun to see Carter toting the rock.
That's 27 yards for Carter Jones.
46 yards on the carry.
2:01 to go in the game. 1st and 10 back in Augusta territory. And a little play action here for Asher Zachary. He'll keep it himself. So works out of the option, fakes it to his fullback, takes it left. I think that's Asher's first carry of the year.
I think it is too.
And a yard forward to the 42.
Asher, just a sophomore, would sure expect that we will, in addition to football, we'll get a chance to see him play some basketball. And we were talking on the way down here about his ability to impact things on the baseball field.
Eli White has checked in at a receiver to the left side now. 2nd down and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. And the fullback carry close to another Buhler first down across the 35 up to the 34, yards shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and short. I tell you what, this is a second straight week, Matt, where some of those second, third string running backs have come in. We saw Harmony and Skripsik do it last week with some of those second and third string guys who've come in and had success.
Yeah, absolutely. I think probably that both those guys have been on the field tonight. So good to even see some of these guys that are a little deeper. Fun to watch Carter. Carter has toted it well.
3rd and a yard to go. And Zachary hands it off. Carter, he's got the first down. Got that initial surge past the first down stick, move the chains. Another First National Bank first down up at the 33-yard line. Needed a yard, and he got it.
I think that may do it, right? I think so, yep, that's going to do it.
Inside 20 seconds, they will not have to snap the football again, and Buhler's going to come away with a second straight win to start the season. Well, it wasn't pretty at times tonight. And there were a lot of strange things that happened, in particular in the third quarter. But at the end of the day, Buhler extends its win streak over Augusta to 16 games dating back to 2007. Crusaders come away with a 43-14 win tonight here at Hillier Stadium in Augusta. We'll be on the road again next week as we go to Great Bend. Buhler looking for a little redemption. Last time they played at Great Bend, it did not go so well. They did beat Great Bend in Buhler last year.
That's right, a very good win against a team that is over the last couple of years gotten much better.
Panthers beat McPherson at Mac in week 1 last week. I've not seen a Great Bend score yet tonight. Lots to talk about coming up in our Crusader Locker Room show. Analysis of tonight's game. We'll update you other final scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Name our Whiffco Steel Products Player of the Game. And, of course, final stats and thoughts from Coach coming up as well. That all begins next here from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. This is Crusader Football on HKFM.
Crusader Football continues next with the Crusader Locker Room Show. On the way, Aaron and Chris recap tonight's game. And we'll hear the post-game thoughts of head coach Steve Warner. Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM.
As the hot Kansas summer winds down, the end of one season and the start of the next is a great time to review the health of your pets at Apple Lane Animal Hospital. Have you missed any of your vaccinations? How about scheduling a general health checkup, annual blood work, and taking a look at your pet's diet and nutritional needs? Make 2023 the year you take care of your pets so they live a long and healthy life. Call the staff at Apple Lane Animal Hospital and schedule an appointment today at 662-0515.
Are you looking for a place that provides excellent care for you or a loved one? Pleasant Hills of Hutchinson is a beautiful Home Plus that provides all levels of care. With the Home Plus, you get more individualized care with the comforts of home. The private bedrooms and bathrooms are large and include walk-in closets and showers. In addition, there are many shared common spaces, and the outdoor patios are great for viewing wildlife. Go to pleasant-hills.com to discover the Home Plus Advantage or call tour today.
Hey Hutchinson, it's Don Glaspie, and I'm back in town as new general manager at Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. For over 28 years, I've been your friend in the car business. As a proud veteran, I'm dedicated to building family and community right here with you. Whether you're looking for a new ride or just want to stop by and say hello, we've got something for everyone. Great deals, friendly faces, and a place where you're always welcome. So come by, and like Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
Welcome to a new era of women's health in Hutchinson. Meet Dr. Doug Moore, Hutchinson's newest OBGYN, committed to delivering personalized and comprehensive care for women at every stage of life. Dr. Moore's mission is to provide each woman with the attention and care that they deserve.
I'm Dr. Moore, OBGYN, and I look forward to building relationships with patients, educating them to be comfortable in the healthcare decisions through every stage of life.
Discover more about Dr. Moore at hutchregional.com or call to schedule your appointment today.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here on our Crusader Locker Room show as Buhler wins it tonight by a final score of, what was the final score?
41-14, I believe. Does that seem right?
You know,
weren't we just watching it?
It's Friday the 13th, Matthew. You can't expect me to. Yes, it was. Let me make sure. 43.
43 to 14. My apologies.
It was that safety in there. It threw me off.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, we saw a little bit of everything tonight, my friend.
Yes. Yeah. Probably the thing we did not see was real discipline. Thing that after 2 weeks of kind of just some extra stuff that was not good, I would imagine that will be a point of emphasis this week in practice.
Well, I can always tell you, I can tell you this, every team kind of, and spot, for me, kind of has a thing in my mind. Last week we played Mulvane. Mulvane always tries some kind of trick play. They just do.
Yeah.
Most of the time when we've come here over the years, it's gotten a little
chippy.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it just seems to happen.
Well, it was, and it was really started on a big play. I think it was Jeremy Gentry who hit K-Mac over on that far side, and everybody got involved in the brouhaha, and then it kind of settled down. And then the next defensive possession, I think it was Chase Gentry that got driven back, and everybody got involved, and that's the one where players ended up ejected and.
Yeah,
kind of a bunch of foolishness.
5 players, 4 for Buhler, 1 for Augusta in that third quarter. Buhler had a couple of key pass interference penalties in that third quarter as well. Just not a clean quarter of football by any means. You take away that activity, really the defense on Buhler's side was very dominant in the game. The 2 touchdowns, drives that kind of got extended because of some penalties, but other than that, the Buhler defense was very dominant.
You know, in the truck on the way down here today, we talked a lot about just how good this Buhler run defense is, and Aaron, I think for me, that's the story of this team. This Buhler run defense, I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens if anybody's able to run on it. What that offense looks like, because so far through 2 weeks, and obviously tonight Augusta's not a run-heavy team, but Mulvane is a team that has had some running success against Buhler in the year before. Neither team able to get anything going on the ground.
And I'll tell you this too. We talk about the run defense. I thought for the most part, the secondary.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, they had those 2 defensive interference penalties in the third quarter that led to some scores. But I thought overall the secondary, for as many times as Augusta threw tonight, they did pretty well.
Yeah, I'll be interested to hear what the total number is when Andrew gives it, but I'm going to guess that K-Mac threw it 40 times.
Oh, he had to. I can only think of 5-6 run plays in the game.
Well, and every time that there was just a planned run, it went nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it just went nowhere. I remember, I think it was the Coles kid who had a run there in the second half, and Jacob Miller just hit him so hard, and it's just you almost as a coach you can't do that to your running backs. You won't have anyone left.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Buhler was
offensively, run game seems to be in a good spot, but teams are going to start stacking the box against Buhler, forcing them to have to throw the football. It was good to see Brendan complete some passes tonight. He hit Jax Pratt a couple of times in the game for first downs. He had that really nice throw on the far side boundary to Cash Carson on a 4th down that extended the drive. And so I know they don't want to lean on the pass, but I think as you play better teams, a Wamego, a McPherson, a Great Bend, they're going to have to force you, or they're going to force you to have to not be one-dimensional in your offense.
Yeah, you mentioned that play that Brendan threw out to the outside, our excellent play of the game, in fact.
Yes.
That play that was so good on a 4th down and long. Cash ran a great route. Brendan put it on his numbers, and it felt to me like kind of once that happened, it was like, oh, we can throw, okay. And I don't think it was nearly as efficient as Coach would like it to be yet. I think that's okay. That can be a work in progress kind of a thing, but I think there was some improvement, and I would say improvement on a night. Aaron, you talked about it during the game. I realized Buhler scored a bunch of points. This is not a bad defense.
Oh, no, they're not.
This defense did some really good things in spurts throughout the game. I think they –
what really hurts them is they can't run the football at all. And that,
and so they put their defense out on the field for a lot of time. That time of possession is going to be heavily skewed in Buhler's favor because they just had so many 3-and-outs.
So that play came, our Happy Egg Company excellent play of the game. That came in the early second quarter, Buhler's second touchdown. They had it 4th down at the 30 and a nice pass down to about the 16 by Cash Carson. Our Happy Egg Company excellent play of the game. Visit happyeggfarms.com to learn how you can help feed America. Heavy dose of Ben Klaus tonight. 4 touchdowns for Benjamin. He had a fantastic night. Gazaway had the run, and then, of course, talking about the passing game, there in the second half, little 5-yard touchdown pass to Quentin Paisano.
Yeah, and a ball on a little corner route that was really thrown very, very well. And if you'll recall, Aaron, Buhler had brought in that heavy formation that they had just bludgeoned the Orioles with. It put Paisano in man-on-man coverage on the outside, and it was just a little dump over the top.
Nobody on the defense thought they were going to pass.
No. Well, I mean, I didn't think they were going to pass. You didn't think that.
No.
We thought for sure they would do what they'd done all night and just run it in behind those big bodies. And instead, Quentin with a nice over-the-shoulder catch for 6.
43-14. The final coming up are Wifco Steel Products Player of the Game and final thoughts from head coach Steve Warner. That is all next as our Crusader Locker Room Show continues after this on HKFM.
This message brought to you by your friends at Red Rock Auto Center in South Hutchinson. Our kids are a tremendous gift. Never forget that they are watching you. Setting the right example for them as they grow up is critical. Make time for them. Take them fishing. Go to their games and invest in their future. For all your service needs, you can find Red Rock Auto Center at 200 North Main Street in South Hutchinson, or visit us at redrockautocenter.com. Red Rock Auto Center. We're here when you need us.
Hi, this is Mamie Coldren with the Buhler Booster Club. The Booster Club supports all student activities and athletics at Buhler High School. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals. We are excited to be able to accept credit card payments at our concession stands this year. Buhler Booster Club is grateful for the continued support from our generous donors.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders, and Astro Radio is a proud Buhler Booster Club member.
95.9 HKFM. Coming up, more of the Crusader Locker Room Show is next. Stay tuned as we name tonight's play and player of the game. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Manufacturing facilities, warehouses, oil, fuel and water storage, grain elevators, product makers, rooftops, HVAC containment, refineries, garages, and more rely on the quality and integrity of WIFCO products. Go to WIFCOSP.com for more. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
When disaster strikes your home or business, call your hometown team. Call Phoenix Restoration, Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company. Check us out at phoenixrestorationandroofing.com. We'll help you rise again after your disaster.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And we're back here on the Crusader Locker Room Show. We'll get final stats and our player of the game coming up. Right now joined by head coach Steve Warner. Coach, well, wow, Friday the 13th indeed, sir. We saw some really good things tonight, and we saw some, I'm sure for your staff, some frustrating things. And I guess ultimately you get out of here with a win, but a lot of laundry tonight, a lot of things to clean up.
Very frustrating. And as far as getting 4 kids ejected, I'm going to have to take some of the blame because I've never told the kids if you leave the sideline to go out and even break up a fight, that you're going to get kicked out of the game. And no, they should have never left the sideline, but they didn't do anything where they were fighting. They didn't go. They were just trying to get Chase away from somebody that was destroying him. Basically, I can't. My heart's going about 100 miles an hour right now. I'm sorry. So yeah, we're all frustrated. I've never had anything like that in my 41 years. I'm embarrassed, and it'll get corrected. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a kind of a weird night in the way that some things happened. Outside of the difficult things that happened, I thought other than a couple of defensive holding penalties in the secondary, your defense was really, really dominant.
I thought they were dominant again, and then it was 28-14, and our offense had the best drive of the year so far. It was like they just turned on a switch and said, "Okay, we're going to win this football game." And I think it was in 4 or 5 plays, we pounded it right down their throat and scored a touchdown. And I love how the kids responded because it was 28-14. Everybody was starting to get a little nervous. What's going to happen? We got to get first downs, and we went and scored and took care of business. And I love the way we got off the ball. I thought our offensive line improved a lot. Yeah, did we make mistakes? Of course, but I think Script threw better. I think he had more composure. And a whole lot of positives, and then obviously all the other stuff outweighs it right now in my mind. But a ton of positives. The kids played very well. Defense still playing very hard, and there's some very questionable calls. I don't want to talk about officiating, but on some pass interference, that there was no contact, and the guy fell down, and they threw a flag, and that gave them their second score. So just some frustrating things there too, but. Other than that, we want to put this one behind us. The kids are going to have to do their punishment because if you ever get kicked out of the game, you're going to get punished by me. And they have to do some stuff with the state. And unfortunately, today I read that there were 30 ejections already in the season for high school football. And I kind of laughed. Oh, my gosh, I can't believe that's even happened. And then sure enough, it turns around, it happens to my team. So embarrassed? Yes, I definitely am.
I thought it was an interesting point in the game. You mentioned it was 21-14. They were back in the game, and I think it was at that point where they had a really, really short kickoff that gave you great field position. I was kind of puzzled by that, and that set you guys up, and you were able to get right back into the end zone.
I wasn't sure if it was an onside kick or whether it was they meant to do it a squib kick and it didn't go very far. I wasn't sure what they were trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned Script just trying to continue to build his confidence, and you're going to need that passing game down the road. How about Jax Pratt tonight? Young kid for you who plays on both sides of the ball and at times showed up big on defense and offense.
Well, I think he scored the safety for us. And then not only that, he's playing tight end, rotating in and playing double tight when we're there. And then all of a sudden another fullback. Our backup fullback got kicked out, so I had to use him at fullback. He has not had one rep. Well, no, he had some reps early on in the season at fullback, but not with the varsity and not enough to be able to know exactly where he's going. He did an outstanding job. He's very physical, and he's a good football player, and he proved it again tonight, because last week he had 10 tackles. I'm not sure how many he had tonight.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time as always, and big one next week at Great Bend. I'm sure we'll talk about that Monday night on our coaches show. Thanks for your time. We'll see you Monday.
Thank you.
That's head coach Steve Warner. Obviously, the frustration of kind of some of the way that things went. Not happy about that stuff. Good to know. I mean, we heard about 4 kids being ejected. Good to know that 3 of those guys weren't involved in any kind of physical altercation. They had just come onto the field from the sideline, which in high school football in Kansas is an automatic ejection. So not trying to do anything malicious, just didn't know the rule and made a mistake.
Well, furthermore, I don't think, based on how that interview went, I think Coach is aware of the seriousness of it, and it's not lost on him. And anybody who was sitting at home and got frustrated by it, I think there's probably nobody more frustrated right now than Coach Warner is as he attempts to deal with that.
Well, and too, I always have to remind myself at the end of the day, I mean, these are 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. I mean, we're middle-aged men, and if somebody hit me and I thought it was unfair on the field, I would probably react emotionally. You would. And so for our young men who most of the time carry themselves very well, you're putting them in a lot of pressure situations where they've got to make the right decisions, and sometimes you just don't make the right one, and that's okay. The important thing is that you learn from it and you move on.
Well, and these situations become character building, right? Just like they would be for you or for me. So, I mean, not for you. You're like a ninja. So, I mean, God bless the poor fool that messes with you.
Well, I'm going to go down swinging. That's all I can say. I may die, but I'll get my licks in.
There you go.
Well,
you do have nunchuck skills, correct?
I got none.
None skills.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah,
okay.
Just none. All right, win tonight and move on. Get ready for Great Bend next Friday. Our Wifco Steel Products player of the game. Wifco Steel Products, the expert in steel fabrication. Coach highlighted Jax Pratt there a little bit, being called on to come in and play fullback in a position that he's not typically prepared to play or expecting to play. And he did whatever he was asked of tonight and caught a couple of big passes and made some big plays on defense.
Yeah, before we'd even talked to Coach, I had told you my player of the game was Jax. I thought Jax was fantastic. I will say this: he did play some fullback last year. He was the freshman team fullback, so a position that he is at least somewhat familiar with, especially if you're going to line up in some base offensive looks, which they were doing really. And that's not any way to denigrate. I thought Jax was awesome. Thought all night long he was awesome. He made an impact. It didn't matter what position he was playing. He made an impact. What a luxury to have a sophomore who can do that in just his second varsity start.
43-14 the final. We'll take a timeout. Andrew's got our final stats and some final scores for you when we come back. Crusader football from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
For the beautiful Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM. Stream Crusader football on your phone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app. 95.9 HKFM. The Buhler Crusaders play here.
Donuts to the left of me, kolaches to the right, and here I am, waiting at Daylight Donuts for you. Another new school year is upon us, and when you need that quick bite on the run early in the morning, Daylight Donuts stands ready to fuel up your family and get your day started with a smile. Besides donuts, we offer savory breakfast favorites on the go, like our kolache sausage rolls, breakfast sandwiches, biscuits and gravy. Pair it with a milk, coffee, or juice, and you and your family are ready to take on the day. P.S. If you're late to work, you're required to bring donuts. I'm sorry, that's just the rule. Hutchinson Daylight Donuts, 1435 East 30th and 305 North Main.
Farmers and ranchers deal with many variables: weather, markets, fuel prices, you name it. Hi, this is Lucas Sawyer, Executive Vice President with the Prairie Bank of Kansas. One thing that will never vary is our commitment to the farmers and ranchers of Central Kansas. We've been here for ag lending since our founding in 1886. Stop by and see us at our Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson branches today, or check out prairiebankks.com. Member FDIC, Prairie Bank of Kansas, how banking should be.
If you need a piece of metal, or an angle for a small project, or a complete fabrication project done, call Johnson Sheet Metal or stop by 512 South Mason, where we have been in business for over 100 years. We stock over 60 different sheets and 70 different shapes in steel, stainless, galvanized, and aluminum. We can cut to size, bend, roll, punch, or weld to your specifications. We can make your ag replacement panels. Johnson Sheet Metal in Hutchinson.
Hey folks, this is Darren Eddy with Ag 360 Insurance in Inman. Farmers, would you like to have your farm and personal insurance handled all by the one agency? At Ag 360 Insurance, we can handle it all with one agent. We would love an opportunity to sit down and visit with you about your insurance needs. Feel free to stop by our office on Old K61 in Inman, or give Cody Moores or myself a call today at 620-585-2128, or check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back on our Crusader Locker Room show, we'll get to some final stats from Andrew Epp coming up here momentarily. Let's give you some updates in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. K-State now leading Arizona late in the fourth, 31-7. Wildcats trying to go to 3-0 on the year in Manhattan. UNLV comes from behind to beat KU at Children's Mercy Park tonight in Kansas City, 23-20. Jalen Daniels threw for 153 yards, but also 2 INTs in the game. And so KU, after winning the season opener, has lost back-to-back games to Illinois and UNLV. Other updates, final tonight, Heston beat Hoisington 28-24. Great Bend does win. The Panthers, will see them at their place next week. They improved to 2-0 as they beat Olathe South 26-14. Sedgwick over Hutch Trinity tonight, 15-2 is the final there. Scroll on down. McPherson beats Circle at Mac 28-14. The final. Andover over Mays 27-14. Clearwater thumps El Dorado tonight 42-13. It's Abilene 42, Chapman 8. Wamego will, of course, have Wamego at home late in the year. They beat Rock Creek Blankham tonight 20-0. Other finals, Marion over Douglas 28-0. Hillsboro beats Larned 35-8. Mulvane 61. Independence 14. Fort Scott beat Parsons tonight 22-6. Derby over Campus. Final there 77-0. Hutchinson beat Valley Center tonight 13-0. Eudora over Spring Hill 54-8. And those are some other finals that we have for you in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Next Friday night at Great Bend, 7 o'clock kickoff, 6:30 for our Midway Motors drive through the game. And we'd remind you, too, to tune in to our Crusader Coaches Show. We're live every Monday night at 6:30 from Taco John's in Hutchinson. Join myself and Coach Steve Warner. And we'll have 2 seniors on Monday in our Crusader Player Profile, 6:30 as well from Taco John's. Are we still stalling? Royals win tonight, by the way, as they won the first of a 3-game set with Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. 2 more tomorrow and Sunday. Kansas City improves to 81-67 on the year as they beat Pittsburgh 8-3. A big 6th-run, 7th inning for the Royals in that game. Good start to the weekend series with the Pirates. Royals trying to secure their place in the MLB postseason and trying to chase down the Cleveland Guardians in the American League Central. Cleveland does lose tonight, 3-1. Tampa Bay beat them by a final in Cleveland tonight. Guardians fall. Twins also lose tonight. Twins fall to 78-69 with an 8-4 loss at home against Cincinnati. Well, we'll wrap up our broadcast here. Andrew has some final thoughts, final stats before we go. Buddy?
Well, 43-14 is your final. It was got a little close in the third quarter, but the Crusaders, again, holding their second opponent of the year in the negative territory for rushing. Augusta finished with negative 24 rushing yards, 164 passing yards, so 140 total for Augusta. Buhler had 313 total yards, 268 of that was on the ground. 53 rushes for 268 is about 5 yards per carry. Ben Klaus had 28 carries for 181, 4 touchdowns. That's 6.5 yards per carry for him. Mitchell McDaniel got a carry on end around for 24 yards. Nick Gazaway, 6 carries for 11 yards and a touchdown. Carter Jones came in for 4 rushes for 36. That's 9 yards per carry for him. And you say 42 was Nate Nugent, most likely. 2 totes for 16.
If it was not Nate Nugent, he got a lot of love tonight. So
well, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 guys over 6 yards per carry, and that's pretty good. It's for 268 on the ground for the Crusaders. And then Augusta, 15 rushes for negative 24. Cade Kamick, the quarterback, 8 rushes for negative 23 of those negative 24 yards. Also, 5 of Augusta's 15 rushing plays were positive yardage. 10 of them were tackles for a loss for Buhler.
I was surprised they had 15 rushes.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was that many.
They took a few more chances on the ground in the second half. So Buhler as a team had 11 tackles for a loss defensively. Just amazing. Passing, Crusaders, Brendan Skripsick, 5 for 10. Wasn't asked to do a whole lot, but 45 yards through the air and 1 touchdown. That was a little corner out to Quentin Pisano for 7 yards. Jackson Pratt, the leading receiver for the Crusaders, who had 2 catches for 21. I'll get to Jackson's defensive statistics here in a second. He also, as you mentioned, played fullback when we were a little thin in that position for various reasons in the second half. Cade Kamick, the quarterback for Augusta, 9 for 27, 164 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air, both of those in the second half. Brody Haskell for the Orioles, 5 catches for 85 yards and a score. Brecken Albert, number 2, 4 catches for 41 yards and a touchdown also. And Buhler in the second half, I think both teams had a lot more first downs. They were, 5 first downs in the first half. They had 11 in the second for 16 first downs to Augusta's 6 total. And in the first half on third downs, Augusta was 1 for 8. They were 2 for 3 in the second to finish 3 for 11 on third downs. Buhler, after being 0 for 5 on third downs in the first half, was 5 for 5 in the second half. So they finished 5 for 10 on third downs. They also made both of their fourth down conversions in the game. Now down to the defensive stuff that I was going to talk about with Jackson Pratt. He had 6 tackles, 4 for a loss, including a sack that was a safety, forced fumble, 3 quarterback hurries, a pass breakup, and I think that's it. and then all the stuff he did on offense as well. So Jackson Pratt, definitely deserving of that player of the game. I also had Logan Snyder for a sack, and Jacob Miller, 7 tackles, a tackle for a loss, forced fumble, pass breakup, and he took down the fake punt attempt as well, and a couple of good lead blocks on that pitch out to Ben. So Cash Carson again in the backfield a few times, a couple quarterback hurries, a couple sacks. I had him for 4 tackles total. So good defensive day again for the Crusaders. Negative 24 yards on the ground for Augusta.
And K-Mac through the air, what did you?
I had him for 27 passing attempts, not quite 40, but they threw the ball a little less in the second half. 9 for 27 for 164, and that was after.
He only threw 27 times?
Yeah, that's what I had.
Okay, that surprises me.
And he was 4 for 16 in the first half for 49. So he lit up a little bit in the second half. I only got him for.
And 2 TDs?
I guess 11 attempts in the second half. Yeah, 2 touchdowns in the second half.
All right, pal. Thanks for your work as always. The Mad Professor, hard at work with that pencil.
Absolutely.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks.
Well, it's going to wrap up our broadcast for tonight. Buhler wins it. Final score again, 43-14. Off to a 2-0 start. They'll get the 2-0 Great Bend Panthers in Great Bend next Friday night, 7 o'clock, 6:30 for the pregame. We'll see you Monday night. Live from Taco John's, our Crusader Coaches Show here on HKFM. Hope you have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you on Monday. You've been listening to Crusader Football on HKFM.
Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson, Kansas. We take pride in supporting our community and our student athletes. Hi, I'm the General Manager, Don Glaspie. We want to wish our area teams a fun and memorable season. A great person once said, victory is in the quality of competition and not the final score. Visit online AlanSamuelsHutch.com and follow us on Facebook for weekly giveaways and special events. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
You've been listening to coverage of Crusader football. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM. Join Aaron West and head coach Steve Warner Monday nights at 6:30 for the Crusader Coaches Show, live from Taco John's in Hutchinson. This has been a presentation of the Ad Astra Sports Network, the statewide leader in local sports coverage. 95.9 HKFM.